And good morning. This is welcome to the Scottish International Open Swimming Championships here in Glasgow. This is Friday morning. It's day one of 3 days here at Tollcross this weekend in June, July, and here. Weather's not fantastic outside, but our swimmers are all good to go this morning. We're looking forward to some exciting racing. So just to introduce myself, I'm Jackie Smith, and I'm joined here this morning by Robert Taylor. We'll be talking you through the morning's session. As we can see from the poolside, officials are already on deck, and we're just about ready to go. So we do have a packed morning of events. With swimmers coming from not only Scotland but across the UK and across the water from Ireland. There we go. This is our programme for this morning. The women's 150 IM, that actually won't be going ahead. We will start the morning with the women's 200 metre IM.
Busy programme there, Jackie. 12 events, but as you say, they're in automatically in the programme. But you're right, 200 IM is our kick-off. So lots to look forward to. First one with Katie Shanahan in the 200 IM. That should be an interesting start for us. Duncan Scott goes in the 200 men's IM. Both of these swimmers just back recently from Rome. So we've got lots to look forward to throughout the morning. Those events will be replicated this afternoon as well. We will have 5 heats of each of these events right through until we get to a mixed relay at the very end. Some of the other swimmers to look forward to further on. We've got Lucy Hope in the 100 free as our fastest qualifier. Edward Mildred in the 100 free. Breaststroke, we've got Cara Hanlon, and she's been swimming extremely well the last few years. Hopefully someone like Anna Morgan and some of the up-and-coming swimmers, Katie Robertson will be pushing her on. 100 breaststroke for the men. Archie Goodburn, who's been swimming really well lately, should be a strong fancy in that one. Women's 50 back. Nice to see Kathleen Dawson back, Jackie.
It is, yes. She was swimming at the Glasgow International recently. Robert had the opportunity to watch her swim there, and that's what we were saying there. It was lovely to see her back after some difficult few months, I think, with injury. So yeah, it does look good this morning with some.
We'll finish with the 200 butterfly men and women. We've got Kenna McInnes and the English swimmer Ciara Slauson will be wanting to do the business if she can and give Kenna a good challenge this evening. You'd expect both of them to qualify fairly comfortably. We've got the youngster Coco Croxford, I think is going on one of the trips fairly soon.
Yes, she is. She's been selected for the European Youth Olympic Festival, I think, which is up and coming third weekend of next month, I think, Robert?
Yeah. So it's great to see, she's only 15, but she's moved to Stirling and has been swimming really, really well. So it's great to see some of the youngsters coming through now after the problems we've had in the last year or two with COVID. This has been a big problem across the whole of the UK, and it's good to see them back now competing at a much higher level.
Yes, in fact we've got a number of those swimmers selected for that event in Heat 3 of event 104, the men's 200 IM. Dean Fern, Aberdeen Dolphins, and Evan Davidson from Perth City. Both of them have also been selected for that festival up and coming in Slovenia, I believe. Yeah. So we'll finish off the morning, Robert, I think, with the relays, won't we?
Yeah, there's a couple of relays, couple of relay heats, and the fastest one of those will be swam this evening in the final session. So we get underway very, very shortly with the first of the women's 200 metres individual medley. Just mention there will be a number of para swimmers competing this morning, Jackie, in some of the heats, and depending on what happens with those results, we may have some para finals. It's dependent on how many swimmers qualify for those finals, but they will also have finals this evening.
Yeah, so here we go. We kick off with event 103. This is the women's 200 metre IM. As we saw on the programme earlier, we have 6 heats of this morning. 2 swimmers in the pool. Merrin Binney is in lane 3, one of our para swimmers from some IT, and lane 4 is Taylor Smith, the 16-year-old from St Thomas. So this is a 200 IM. And Taylor Smith, she's entered here at 2:36.90.
Nice strong start from Taylor. We should have had 3 swimmers competing in this one. Ellen McPhee, the swimmer from Falklands Penguins, in lane 5 has regrettably withdrawn. So we always have a minimum of 3 swimmers in a heat. But sometimes if somebody pulls out, that drops it down to 2. As you can see, Taylor's well clear in this. Merrin Binney, the para swimmer, just getting to the far end. It's not in your screen, but she's now just completed that one, 1:13.13.
There we go, as Taylor transitions into the breaststroke. Taylor was first at the Midlands age groups, I think, is the information we have in front of us, Robert. Midland District age groups. And our para swimmer Merrin recently competed competed, I beg your pardon, in Coventry at the para championships there, and bagged herself some short course records. Short course record in this event. So Taylor continues to swim well there in the centre of the pool, lane 4.
Difficult when you're on your own, having to literally swim your own race.
Yes, that's for both these girls this morning, isn't it? Both racing against themselves, really. But Taylor swimming very strongly there, and she's turned now and is heading for home. She's just got about, just coming up for about 25 metres to go. So we'll have a look and see how Merrin's doing. There we go, one faster on that second 50 there, turning at 2:23.15. The record for this event is held by Laura Pilkington at a time of 4:19.42. So with Merrin's recent short course record, maybe she's looking to bag the long course one as well, I think. Certainly swimming very strongly there, and Taylor has finished her race there in a time of 2:43.58. As I said, quite challenging when you're swimming very much on your own, I think, Robert, there, and you haven't got folk alongside you to maybe give that extra push.
Indeed,
along through the water.
And of course, the entry times that the swimmers come into the meet on aren't necessarily long course times. They could be short course times converted to long course, and some of the swimmers don't always get the opportunity to swim long course. So if that's been a short course conversion, she's entered on a 2:36. You do pretty well if you get pretty close to the long course time that you're entered in with a conversion. But a good respectable time for Taylor to start her soft, 2:43.58. Merrin's now on the final stretch, 3:42.10. As you said, Jackie, 4:18, I think 4:19 was the Scottish record. I don't think she's going to challenge that one at the moment, but it's all about the experience of practice at these national events. She's only 14, so plenty time to get near that record. So yes, I think Laura's going to hang on to her record this morning by the looks of it. But as you said, Robert, it's the opportunity to swim at nationals and of course in long course as well. Yeah. And this lassie, she's only 14 years of age, so there is plenty of time.
as she comes in to finish her race there. A time of 4:40.46.
It's a pretty good time, 4:31.30, and a little bit just over that, but a pretty steady swim from Mirren there. So that's us underway, Jackie.
Here it is, that's us started as we move on to the second heat this morning.
And again, we would normally have 10 swimmers, but we only have 8 in this one. It could well be that we've had an extra heat because we've maybe had a missing swimmer in the original 50 that were slotted in for this morning. Hence we've had an extra heat. So 8 swimmers go in this one. In one we've got Elizabeth Morgan from the Highland Swim Team 2, Ellen Denny from Geary 2. Sorry, in lane 3 is Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian. Her teammate Orla McInnes goes in 4. 5 is Laura Anderson, West Lothian. 6, Isha Goodbrand from Mython. 7, Ava Kirkham from First. And 8 is Jessica Ridley from, I think it's a borough of Stockton.
That's a good start there by Orla McInnes, Heart of Midlothian swimmer. They're in lane 4.
No real surprise, Jackie. McInnes doing a good butterfly to start with.
Well, maybe something she's been working on, Robert, but in fact it was Lauren Anderson turned first there, just ahead of Orla McInnes. So Lauren in lane 5 there. But it is Orla that is leading the field again. Lauren in behind her, and Lily Mundell in 3rd, I think, at the moment. As the girls are going to come up to the halfway mark here.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how Lily Mundell does in the second half. A very promising youngster, swam very well at national age groups up at Aberdeen in April. Very good freestyle, so expect her to finish strongly. Orla though, 1:11.70 at halfway, Jackie.
Yes, I think she must have heard you speaking about her there, Robert, as she's Lily got herself up into second place there. She's one of only 2 13-year-olds in this second heat of this event this morning. It's good to see the youngsters up in the morning heats, and speaks highly of their talent in this event. But it is still the Heart of Midlothian swimmer, Orla McInnes, who's leading the girls as they go into the final turn. Bit of a change there, I think, for second place. However, we'll need to keep an eye on what's happening with Ava Kirkham, the 17-year-old from First. Oh, this is very tight. Ava's now taken that.
Great
and
breaststroke,
heading for home. She took advantage of her breaststroke skills there, didn't she, Robert?
She did indeed, but you fancy that Orla will just pull away. Very strong freestyler as well.
And we can see that happening now. Orla's turned there and really is beginning to pull away from Ava. It's all going to be about second place here, I think, this morning. It looks like it could be Ava if she can hang on to that. She is beginning to now stretch away a little bit from Lily Mundell, as Orla McInnes finishes there in a time of 2:34.30. Ava comes in second, 2:35.93. And it was Ellen Denny, the 15-year-old from Geary, finishing in 3rd place.
Another good race. McInnes finishing very strongly and getting the job done. Just a little bit over, in fact, just fractional inside the entry time, 2:34.90, so 2:34.30. Very strong finish to improve by just about half a second.
And we move on to the 3rd heat. So we do have 10 swimmers here. So lane 0, Caitlin Frame from First. Lane 1, Georgia Dickey from Fries. 2, Veronica Majulska from City of Peterborough. Lane 3, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. 4, Alexandra Miller, Fauldhouse. And her teammate Georgina Hawkins goes in lane 5. Lane 6, Natalie Mundy from West Lothian. Lane 7, Cassie Wiper from South Lanarkshire. Lane 8, Leoda Young from Billingham. And 9, Melissa Menny, also from South Lanarkshire.
It's a good butterfly swimmers off to a good start. Alice Cumming, local swimmer here, 31.10.
Looks strong in the backstroke there as well, Robert.
Yeah.
After that turn.
She's no slouch on breaststroke either, Jackie, so let's see if anybody can make a move, but she's off very strongly indeed in this one.
She is. She's got herself a good body length ahead of the girls in behind her. It's what's happening for second and third places at the moment, because this is Alice. And as you said, she's a pretty good breaststroker as well. So let's see what she's going to do as she transitions at the halfway mark here into the breaststroke. There's Natalie Moody behind her, and Melissa Meny in behind her at the halfway mark there, where you're 1, 2 and 3. And Alice looks very strong there over in lane 3 with the breaststroke. And girls are trying to catch her over nearer me. Lanes 6, 7 and 8, I think. Lane 9, Melissa Meny, the 15-year-old from South Lanarkshire. Also swimming well, but it is Alice, isn't it, Robert? Showing her strength here in this event.
Very much so. Delighted to see how well she's swimming today, Jackie. That's a lot faster than that previous heat, 1:56.64. So you fancy that she got half a chance of getting sub 2:30, entry time of 2:33 dead actually, and Alexander Miller 2:32.68. It's the fastest coming into this, but this is a super swim, Jackie.
It is indeed, from the 15-year-old, and behind her we see Cassie Wiper. Remember, both of these girls have been members of Scottish swimming squads in the past. As it is Alice coming in first, and over in lane 2, Veronica Majewska had a good latter half of that race there, coming in second, and Caitlin Frame, the 16-year-old from first, coming in third. There we are, 1, 2 and 3. Alice coming, Veronica Majewska and Caitlin Frame. So that was a good race for Alice there, Robert.
Totally dominated that from start to finish, and kept it going very strongly. So on to our fourth heat. We have in lane 0, Sarah Smith, Wonder Baths Club 1, Hannah O'Connor from Limericks. In 2, we have Krista Wilson from Borough Stockton. 3, Isabel Wood, Stirling Swimming. 4 is Mia Leach, City Cambridge. 5, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. 6 is Zara Keegan, Aberdeen Performance. 7, Mia McLeod, Swim IT, is no show. In lane 8, we have Maya Cheshire from Elgin, and in 9, Nadine Wilson, also from the Borough of Stockton. So a pretty level start here, Jackie. Lane 3, Isabel Wood from Stirling. Maybe just shades that from our teammate Susie McNair.
Yep. Girls, there we go. Isabel's just ahead of Susie there at the turn. Krista Wilson coming in behind these 2 Stirling Swim girls.
Lovely turn there from Isabel there. Going very nicely is the Borough Stockton swimmer Nadine Wilson in lane 9. She's in a position to challenge possibly the 2 Stirling girls if she can pull a really good breaststroke out. Susie McNair, you kind of think that her breaststroke might just be that little bit stronger in the second half.
Yeah,
not much in it.
We've seen both of these girls swim fairly regularly over here in the west, haven't we, Robert?
Yeah.
Nadine Wilson, as you said, lane 9, up into third. I think it's Krista Wilson in lane 2, who is in behind Nadine there. We can see the strength of Susie now with the breaststroke, as you were saying, Robert.
The last year or so, you would never have classified Susie as a terribly great breaststroker in the IM section, but she's really adapted to it pretty well, and added that string to her bow, and wow, she's taken about 2 seconds or so out of, in fact, virtually 3-second improvement over that last 50.
Yes, Susie was the winner of the James Wallace Memorial Trophy here in the West just recently, Robert.
She was
for the
indeed.
Most Promising Junior.
Yeah.
And she's certainly showing why she received that trophy first thing this morning. Isabel's beginning to close the gap now, but I think she's going to run out of water to do so, and her teammate, and it is going to be the two Sterling swimmers, 1 and 2 this morning, and the third place is going to come from lane 2, Krista Wilson from Borough of Stockton.
Should have added, Jackie, this is the first of the 3 seeded heats, so you would have expected Maya Leach from Cambridge to have been in the mix there from lane 4, but they're not robots. They can only do what they can on the day. Well, this could be an interesting one. Ailsa MacDonald
so this is
in
heat
lane
5.
4 is the fastest qualifier. Now Northampton swimmer now swimming at Edinburgh University. We've got in 0 Caris Mooney from City Glasgow. 1 Evie O'Halloran Hutchison from Derwentside. 2 Amy McLeod, City Glasgow. 3 Bethany Firth from Ards. 4 Ailsa MacDonald, Edinburgh University. 5 Rebecca Reid, Aberdeen Amateurs. 6 Alex McGill, Gateshead and Wickham. 7 Sarah Kravis, East Lothian Swim Team. 8 Zoe Crawford from First, and 9 is Gemma Brown from Carnegie.
There's not a lot in the middle there. The action's where the action is at the moment. Rebecca Reid, Alex McGill, Ailsa MacDonald, 1, 2 and 3 at the first turn there as the girls transition into backstroke. So as you were saying, Robert, Ailsa MacDonald, formerly trained down in Northampton and is now at Edinburgh University.
Yeah.
She's up there and alongside Rebecca Reid, the 21-year-old from Aberdeen. But also up and alongside these two, Bethy Firth from Ards. So all these girls is very tight here at the turn at the halfway mark.
Yeah. Rebecca will do well to keep in touch with them. Her breaststrokes maybe not her strongest of the disciplines, but she'll give it everything. This is where Ailsa MacDonald you would expect will pull away. Very, very strong in breaststroke, Jackie.
Yeah, and you can start to see that now, Robert, can't you? That's where Ailsa is, what she's doing exactly. The 3 girls came in to the turn there almost together, but this is Ailsa's now. She's moving away from Rebecca Reid, and Bethy Firth has fallen away a little bit there, but it's Ailsa MacDonald, the final turn there, turn heading for home. She's got couple of body lengths lead from Rebecca Reid and Bethy Firth, who's beginning to get herself back up alongside Rebecca now.
Sarah Kravitz having a cracking swim, the youngster from East Lothian Swim Team in lane 7.
And Sarah's someone you hear her name a lot in the juniors. Had a good snags, I think, Robert, recently up in Aberdeen. As here we go, this is Ailsa MacDonald's race as she comes in to finish first. And alongside her, Rebecca Reid in second, finishing time there 2:22.46. Ailsa's entry time 2:17.30. Bethy Firth could get herself back up, and then the youngster Zara Klarich, a 14-year-old from East Lothian, into 4th.
Yeah, just outside her entry time, Zara. A very strong finish. I might give her an outside chance of maybe even getting into the A final this evening, Zara.
Very well, time will tell. And we move on to the final heat of this event. Some interesting swimmers here. Katie Shanahan, Scottish junior record holder in this event. Recently back from Rome. A very successful trip there with a number of medals coming home with her. We've got Ola Adams, University of Aberdeen. So let's lane 0, Catherine Boddy from Geary. Lane 1, Kirsty Gilmore, South Lanarkshire. 2, Belle Cameron, City of Peterborough. 3, Anna Finley, Derwentside. 4, Katie Shanahan, Stirling University. 5, Ola Adams, University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming. And 6, Morven Adams, Dundee City. Lane 7, Roisin Rain, National Centre from Limerick. Lane 8, Alice Mackey, Heart of Midlothian, and 9, Ailey Armstrong from East Lothian.
A good strong start, Alice Mackey, good butterfly swimmer, and she's upsides Katie Shanahan, but this is where class really dominates. But very strong on all 4 disciplines is Katie.
Yeah, she's She's got a fairly good lead there, hasn't she, Robert? And none of the other two strokes are at all weak for Katie. So she'll only continue to build on that lead. It's the University of Aberdeen performance swimmer, Orla Adams in second, in behind Katie.
Orla will certainly
Really level for third there.
try and keep with her on the breaststroke section. Orla Adams, 28 this year. But, she's been consistent for many, many years. This really is her strongest event, the IM and breaststroke. That's the two main ones that she concentrates on, and you can see that she's still thereabouts on Katie's almost on Katie's shoulder, but this is where Katie will pull away in the freestyle section. And you can see just how much she gets out the turns there on your camera.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, they went into the turn there, didn't they, with all a sort of just about half a body length of a distance between her and Katie, but Katie had a very good turn there, and we can see in the pool there the distance between these two girls as Katie now continues to pull away from Orla Adams. Katie coming into the closing stages of her race this morning. There is a battle going on over there in lanes 2 and 3. Belle Cameron and Anna Finlay for third place. I think it will be Anna Finlay that will get that as Katie finishes there in first, Orla Adams in second, and Anna Finlay in third.
I think those first four will probably be in the A final. Jackie 2:27.45, fourth place.
Certainly looks like it. Any finals placings that are announced this morning will of course be provisional. I mean, there are swimming this afternoon, and anyone from any one of those events this afternoon does have the chance to make these finals. And one just never knows.
Well, Zara Kravis 2:29.10 at the moment. That's provisional. As Jackie just said, there are some swimmers this afternoon who might just scrape into an A or B final. Slower heats obviously this afternoon, but some of these youngsters can improve quite substantially to get into finals. We've seen it before. We'll see it again today, I'm sure.
We have indeed, and yes, I'm sure we will. So we'll see as we now move on to the men's 200 IM. There's 5 heats of this. As I think Robert said earlier, we've got Duncan Scott, recently back from Rome, swimming in heat 5, alongside some of his teammates. Also found themselves over in Rome at the beginning of the week, so they're not long back. A couple of the European Youth Olympic Festival swimmers as well in heat 3, as I said earlier, Dean Fern and Evan Davidson. And this is heat 1, lane 0, Declan Cassels from South Lanarkshire swim team. Lane 1, Luke Garrity in Inverclyde. 2, Rory Webster, Dumfries. 3, Jack Mitchell, University of Aberdeen performance swimming, alongside his teammate Greg Hall, who goes in lane 4, his teammate Calvin MacDonald in lane 5. Billingham swimmer Owen Reid goes in lane 6, Tom Armitage from Highland lane 7, and Aidan Bruce from Aberdeen in lane 8. So we have 9 swimmers in this event this morning as the boys come up to the first turn. And it's Tom Armitage from Highlands turns first, Aidan Bruce in second, and then we go all the way over to the other side of the pool, lane 2, Rory Webster from Dumfries turning third there. Not a lot between these boys, however, as they come up to halfway mark in the backstroke. It is still the Highland swimmer who just has the advantage, but we need to keep an eye on lane 4, Greg Hall, the University of Aberdeen swimmer. And he, I think, will turn first here at the halfway mark, just ahead of Tom Armitage. Here we go, 105.36 for Greg Hall, 105.44 for Tom, as Owen Reid comes in behind them. So let's have a look and see what happens with this race with the breaststroke.
And you see in the far side, coming down towards halfway, we have the para swimmer Declan Cassels from South Lanarkshire. He's just about to complete the backstroke section, and he's transitioned onto the breaststroke now, Jackie.
Yes, he has, and Declan also, I think, was swimming in the Coventry meet fairly recently alongside, it was the National Junior Para Swimming Championships in Coventry in the middle of this month, so Declan was there. I spoke about earlier, and the boys have far side of the pool there turned now, and it's the lane 4, Greg Hall, who has the advantage. But we need to keep an eye on what's happening on with lane 8. Aidan Bruce, the 15-year-old from Aberdeen, he's up there. Lane 3, sorry, the lane 2, Rory Webster, the 16-year-old from Dumfries. This is all down to the touch here. Oh, very tight at the end there, and it was the 16-year-old from Dumfries, Rory Webster, in first, Greg Hall second, and Aidan Bruce in third. Very close there at the end of that, Robert.
Yeah, very tight finish, very fast finish for Rory there. Just gets up to take that by 16 hundredths. And there we have breaststroke finish. Declan now to the freestyle, 2:44.57. Freestyle section to finish. Declan has an entry time of 3:17.44. So let's see if he can get pretty close to that. He's got 25 to go.
Swimming very strongly over there, isn't he, Robert, in this final section of his race this morning.
Don't have a little clock in the caption, so we've no idea what the time is. And just we'll get that in a few seconds as he comes into the last few metres. And he finishes 3:25.70. And the winner of our first heat, Rory Webster, 2:21.87. So move on to our second heat. So in lane 0, Michael F. Sifai from Billingham. 1 is Lucas Johnson from University of Aberdeen Performance. In 2, Derek Hogan from National Centre Limerick. 3 is Gregor Ross, City Glasgow. 4, Jake Holmes, also City Glasgow. 5, Jack Docherty Simpson, Scotia. 6 is Rory Young, City Glasgow. 7, Taylor Sinclair, Elgin. 8, Cal Mitchell from Geary. And 9, Jack Milne from Aberdeen Performance. Jack Milne, another one of the para swimmers. So don't be surprised if Rory Young's well up there in lane 6 at the first section. Very strong butterfly swimmer. And no swimmer goes in lane 4. A strong start in lane 2, in lane 1 rather, from Lucas Johnson from Aberdeen Performance. That's, I think, just the advantage at the moment with lane 8, Cal Mitchell from Geary. Very strong butterfly section from Lucas Johnston and Rory Young, 28.15. So he's a second advantage. Over on the far side, going very nicely on the backstroke, Lucas Johnston. And Rory Young still up there. The leader still is the Geary swimmer, Kel Mitchell. And he's pulled miles away at the halfway mark, gone off very, very strongly indeed.
He has, hasn't he, Robert? He's got a pretty good lead for himself there, 1:02.95.
Geary did really, really well at Nationals, finished within the top 10. It's the top 10 clubs at our age group championships, and they performed all over the place in distance events, IMs, and they do a heck of a lot of IM work, and it's showing in this one. Kel Mitchell still going very nicely, probably just still hangs on there at the breaststroke of Gregor Ross, coming through very strongly indeed. Not much between them. 1200 is Kel Mitchell, 1:45.90. This is where the Geary swimmer you would fancy on the freestyle should just begin to pull away. Gregor very, very good on the breaststroke. But I don't think he's got it quite enough to pull out. finishing very strongly is Rory Young. Rory's certainly going to challenge for second, but Kel Mitchell has shown good clean pair of heels in the final section and just wins that on 2:18.90. Cracking swim. Gregor Ross 2:19.32. Rory Young 2:21.09 in third place. That was a great swim from the 17-year-old to take that 2:18.90, almost 2 seconds faster than his entry time. So I might give him a chance of getting into a B final there, Jackie.
It may well do, yeah. It was a good swim by Kyle there. And we'll wait to see what
move on to the
what happens. So we move on to heat 3, I think.
Seeded heats, yes.
Yeah, first of the seeded heats. So lane 0, Jonathan Venter from Perth City. Lane 1, Albert Bangham from Stirling University. Lane 2, Dean Ferns, Aberdeen Dolphins. 3, Jay Manners from Derwentside. 4, Evan Jones, Stirling University. 5, Evan Davidson, Perth City. 6, Ronan Kilcoyne, National Centre Limerick. 7, Nathan Campbell, Stirling Swimming. 8, Thomas Trainer, South Lanarkshire Swimming Team. And 9, Connor Mitchell, Warrender Baths.
What a start from Dean Fern, 26.60. It's probably the strongest of his 4 disciplines, Dean Butterfly. That youngster with a lot of promise, Jackie.
Oh, is indeed, yes. I mean, his name featured very prominently at the Scottish National Age Groups, I think, and shows why he's been picked for the European Youth Olympic Festival. But he's swimming very strongly here, but it is lane 4. I think Evan Jones has just got the advantage there, ahead of Dean at the halfway mark. 59.39 for Evan Jones. Evans and the British Swimming Podium Potential squad. And really showing his strengths here with the breaststroke as he's moving away from the rest of the field. Dean Fern still up there over in lane 2.
Evan Davison going well in 5. Jackie as well coming through very strongly now on the breaststroke section. Youngster not panicking, just swimming his own race and very comfortably in second place. But Evan Jones really dominating this first of the seeded heats.
He is indeed, yes. I think as you would probably expect, the 19-year-old from Stirling University. He's been a member of a number of Scottish swimming squads over the years, and he's pulling away. But it is Evan Davidson, the 16-year-old from Perth City, who's going to finish in second place, and I think Dean Ferns is going to get third here as Evan Jones finishes his race this morning in a time of 2:06.62. And there we are, Evan Jones in first.
Lots
Evan Davison second,
yeah.
and in fact it was Jay Manners, the Derwentside swimmer, who came in third there.
Yeah, not really overly fast, Jackie, for both the Evans there, Jones and Davidson, but doing enough, I'm pretty certain, to get into the final in first and second place. No real issues there. Moving on to our 4th heat. In 0, Fraser Tetlow from Geary. 1, Logan van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 2 is James Bartley from Stirling University. His teammates in 3, Harper Whitehead. 4, George Smith. 5, Pierce Greening. 6 is Robert Burgess from the city of Glasgow. 7 is Joseph Martin from Derwentside. 8, Scott Fleming, South Lanarkshire. And 9 is Jacob Wood from Elgin. So George Smith, 2:01.52 is the second fastest qualifier for this one. Strong start from Pierce Greening in lane 5. Scott Fleming up there as well from South Lanarkshire. And, 2 middle lanes now getting to work. Also Robert Burgess coming through strongly. Those 3 swimmers, no slouches on the breaststroke, so you'd kind of think that second half of the race, Jackie, they'll kind of dominate it and pull away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, I think we've seen this field from Stirling University a number of times here at Tollcross, Robert, and they pretty much dominate the breaststroke, don't they?
Yeah.
But Robert Burgess is still up there alongside them. They're in lane 6, the City of Glasgow swimmer. George Smith, Pierce Greening, 1 and 2 there. But Robert is not losing sight of these boys.
Yeah, he'll be keen to put a good show on and try and get into the A final. He's in 3rd place at the moment. And every chance of getting to that A final, but certainly George Smith, Pierce Greening, no problem for those lads. 1:37.58, fairly similar split to the previous heat. But you can see just down the final stretch, they're not really doing too much. Look very relaxed. Some of the swimmers behind are really having to give it everything if they want to be in an A or B final. Certainly Scott Fleming flying in lane 8. And Scott Fleming has every chance of maybe getting 4th here.
I think he is, yep. He's touching him there behind Robert Burgess.
2:08.45 for George, Pierce 2:11.51, Robert Burgess 2:15.42. And Scott Fleming just about half a second further back and forth. So certainly the first two, no problem, they'll be in the final. Robert Burgess, every chance as well. Maybe Scott Fleming, depends how fast these swimmers go in the final heat. In 0, Kai Connolly, City Glasgow. 1 is Ben McLaughlin from Geary. 2, Luke Hornsey, East Lothian Swim Team. After Stirling University swimmers. In 3, Josh Spress. 4, Duncan Scott. 5, Angus Allison. And in 6, Don Bissett. 7 is Joshua Robinson, Derwentside. 8, Finlay Wallace, Aberdeen Dolphins. And 9, James Borey from Geary. Strong start there, Jackie, from Duncan in 4.
You would expect to see that, Robert. I did see a bit of a video he put up on his social media page last night telling us his training session, how pretty tired he was and he'd had to walk to the car. So we'll see what a good night's rest can do for him this morning. But there at the turn, it is Duncan Scott, his teammates Angus Allison and Don Bissett in joint second at the turn there. 4th place, Josh Press, also University of Stirling.
This is almost like a training session for Duncan on this one.
It will be, yes. He'll do exactly what he has to do to get himself into the finals, and that he knows that will be enough for this morning.
Be interested to see if he gets under 2 minutes, Jackie. He's got his record holder, of course, but
yes. Whether he does that this morning or whether he saves that for this evening's final, one never knows. But it is the University of Stirling boys who are dominating this final heat of this event this morning, as Duncan's teammates are in behind him. Don Bissett, Angus Allison, Josh Press. Angus Allison swimming in 2nd, I think, at the moment, in behind Duncan.
Well, Angus maybe fancies his chances of taking this one.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, as him and Duncan turn pretty much in tandem there.
Well, Duncan just said, on you go, Angus.
Certainly looks like it, doesn't it, Duncan?
It does,
so, I've done enough, I know what I'm doing here. And so, Angus, if you want to use the energy and take this one on you go. But I don't know, Duncan's not going to let him do that, I don't think, this morning, Robert. He's got himself just about half a body length ahead of Angus as Duncan comes in to finish his race there. 2:08.41, 2:09.33 for Angus, and their teammates Don Bissett in 3rd, 2:10.55. Yeah. So I think these guys are into the final this evening.
I think the first 4 are okay, Jackie. Luke Hornsey, 2:15.90 might be just slipping into a B final. But, that's the finish order. Duncan Scott 2:08.41.
A couple of 2:15s in the last heat, didn't we? So it's all about the hundredths of a second difference there.
Yeah, well, there we have it. 2:13.64 Ronan Kilcoyne from Limerick. Robert Burgess just missing out on the A final, comfortably in the B final. So 2:18.31 just misses out Thomas Traynor. But for some of these swimmers, Jackie, it's practice at nationals and try and improve on your entry time, which some of these guys have done. And that's
They have indeed.
probably what they're aiming for today. And some of the slower heats. Good to see that.
So it's a change of distance and a change of event now as we move on to event 105, and this is the women's 100-metre freestyle. We have 6 heats in this event this morning. First heat, we have 4 swimmers. Lane 3, Tegan Davidson from the University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming. 2 teammates, Emma Imrie and Keris McCrindle, go in lanes 4 and 5, both from South Ayrshire Swim Team. And lane 6, seen her earlier this morning, Meryn Binney from Swim IT, the 14-year-old. And it's Emma Imrie, the South Ayrshire swimmer, who's taking an early lead here ahead of her teammate Keris McCrindle. Both of these girls I know were in Coventry recently as well. So it's a busy time of year for them both. They'll be looking for their sights on possibly the para event in Manchester.
So these swimmers will be hopefully back this evening, as long as they have no infractions. We have, as we said earlier, a para final. All these swimmers will be competing hopefully this evening. A few more para swimmers in the next heat. A very strong start from Emma. 36.88 at the first split. And comes down, and 1:16.32. That's just inside her entry time by about a second and a half, Jackie. Very strong swim from Emma. Her teammate Keris McInerney coming through into second place. 1:32.91, just outside her entry time. Tegan just inside her entry time by about a quarter of a second, 1:35.81. And we have Meryn Binney having her second swim this morning. So from West Lothian, comes in on a 1:50.84. That result now confirmed, Jackie, and we move on to the second of the 6 heats. In lane 0, we have Abby Kane from Stirling University. 1, Anna Lawson, East Lothian Swim Team. 2, Katie Rose, Warner Bass Club. 3, Gabriella Ising from Ren 96. 4, Lily Mundell from Heart of Midlothian. 5, Faith Ura, Edinburgh University. 6, Molly Irvin Watson, Dumfries. 7, Ella Smith from Borough Stockton. 8 is Tony Shaw, Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Katie Peake from Carnegie. I think we've got the Scottish National Age Group champion from Hearts in lane 4, Jackie. 101.51, the youngster from Heart of Midlothian.
I've seen Lily swim already this morning, I think, Robert, haven't we?
Yeah. Very dominant at the shorter distances on the freestyle at age groups, 50, 100, I think 200 age group champion. It's another youngster with a lot of promise. That's what we are hoping to see this weekend.
As the girls are off.
Great start in lane 2 from Katie Rose from Warner Bass, the red cap. Katie off to a very strong start there. And she's still up there, coming through very strongly in 7 is Ella Smith from Borough Stockton. It's the Borough Stockton swimmer, I think, who's going to hit the wall first here, Jackie, at halfway.
I think so, yes. Swimming very strongly
well,
there, isn't
maybe
she,
lane
Robert?
3, Gabrielle Leasing.
Red 96 swimmer there. Really not much in it all. 29.58, 29.96 between first and third place there.
It's lanes Abby Kane, Tony Shaw, Katie Peake, the para swimmers. Watch for them finishing, but
it's the Warren
Katie
Bath swimmer now
Rose
coming
is
through,
coming
isn't she?
yeah. Great start, but you want to have a great finish. It's very tight. Katie Rose though well clear lane 7 and possibly lane 4. Lane 5 just touches Lamondale. Katie Rose, cracking finish from Katie to take that second heat. 101.04. Almost improves something like 0.84 of a second. That's a cracking swim from Katie. Ella Smith, for a Stockton swimmer, will be pleased. 6/500 beside her entry time. Faith, you're a third.
And we move on to heat 3, Robert.
Tony Shaw, Abby Kane and Katie Peake. Didn't quite get the times for that last heat. They'll all be back this evening in that para-final. So,
yeah, we said earlier there will be a para-final,
yeah,
won't there, for these events, subject to what happens this morning. It looks like those 3 girls will be back for this evening in our finals. So heat 3, lane 0, Rebecca Schulman, Stirling University. Lane 1, Imogen Sargent, Edinburgh University. Lane 2, Alice Mackey, Heart of Midlothian. 3, Grace Noonan, Milngavin Bearsden. 4, Eve Mayer, South East Ayrshire Swim Team. 5, Natalie Moody from West Lothian. 6, Ella Stevenson, City of Glasgow. 7, Isla Gilmurray, Dundee City. 8, Abby Davis, East Lothian. And 9, Sabdu Bailey from the National Centre at Limerick.
Ella Stevenson, City Glasgow swimmer, going very nicely in lane 6, Jackie.
She is indeed, isn't she? We've watched Ella come through junior stages. She is a promising swimmer. As Ella turns there ahead of Natalie and Moody and Isla Gilmurray.
Half a chance of getting under a minute here.
There is indeed. Need to keep an eye on what's happening over on the outside lanes. I think Rebecca Schulman, Imogen Sargent, they've got themselves up there. It is still Ella Stevenson, I think.
Still looks very strong, doesn't she, Jackie?
She does indeed. She does indeed. And I think she is going to hold girls, but Grace Noonan from Milngavin Bearsden. She's also coming through there. Just outside the minute for both of those girls, Ella Stevenson and Grace Noonan. 1:00:53 and 1:00:93 with Rebecca Schulman coming in third, 1:01:47.
She'll be pleased with that, Ella. That's an improvement on that entry time, 1:00:89. So 0, Morgan Adams, Dundee City Aquatics. 1, Melissa Turnbull, Stirling Swimming. 2, Rebecca Reid, Aberdeen Amateurs. 3, Ciara Sterica, South Ayrshire. 4 is Megan Barnes, Mount Kelly. 5, Elena Morgan, Stirling University. 6, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. 7, Ashley Drake, Warner Bass Club. 8, Kaylin Hall, Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Isabel Wood from Stirling Swimming.
Seen Isabel already this morning as well, haven't we?
We have empty lane actually in lane 1, so it's Ciara Steric, I think, Jackie, being challenged by Megan Barnes in lane 4. I think it's Megan just with the advantage now from Catherine Renfrew.
2 girls turned together there, yeah. Megan and Ciara. As you said, Catherine Renfrew in third, but this is a battle here as the girls come into the closing 25 metres of this 100 this morning.
It's very close. Ciara's just edging it at the moment, but here comes Megan coming through very strongly. Yep. Megan's going to take this.
Looks like she is. I don't think Ciara can catch that.
Ciara in second, and in lane 5 it's going to be Lena Morgan taking third. Cracking race, Jackie. 58.34. This is the first of the 3 seeded heats, so you would expect the middle lanes to be well there.
Yeah, so move on to heat 5. Lane 0, Mia McLeod from Swim IT. 1, Amber Stevenson, South Ayrshire Swim Team. 2, Nicole Ritchie, Edinburgh University. 3, Danielle Farrell, I beg your pardon, from the National Centre Limerick. 4, Evie Davis, Stirling University. 5, Drew Mackenzie, City of Glasgow. 6, Ailey Robertson, South Ayrshire Swim Team. 7, Natalie Marshall, West Lothian. Her teammate Melissa Mainwaring swims in lane 8. And lane 9 is Paige van Westhuizen from Stirling University. So as Robert said, we are now onto the seeded heats. So we are looking at centre lanes here.
Nice to see
Right
how
where
Drew
it needs-
Mackenzie does in this one, Jackie, against Stevie Davis.
Yes, it will be. This could be a battle here. Stevie Davis, I think, is just ahead of Drew at the moment, but Nicole Ritchie, with Nicole Ritchie in third place, the Edinburgh University swimmer. And Drew is being held at the moment by Evie Davis. Evie's going to take this, but she needs to keep an eye on what's happening in lane 2. Nicole Ritchie, she's come through. She's now ahead of Drew Mackenzie. This is going to be Evie Davis's race, though, with the Edinburgh University swimmer Nicole Ritchie in second and Drew Mackenzie, City of Glasgow, in third. Times there 57.03, so we are indeed getting faster.
Final heat is 0. Ola McInnes, Heart of Midlothian 1. Abigail Stamp, Edinburgh University 2. Mira Mishchenko from Aberdeen Performance 3. Lucy Grieve, Stirling University. Her teammate Lucy Hope is in 4. 5. Katie Goodburn, Edinburgh University. 6. Emily Grant, Aberdeen Performance. 7. Florence Tinsley, Stirling University. 8. Leila Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian. And 9 is Georgia Hawkins from Falthouse Penguins. And up there is Lucy Hope, Katie Goodburn also in 5. Lucy Grieve's trying to keep with them, but at the moment Lucy Hope using all her experience. And 27.40 from Katie Goodburn, 27.64. Emily Grant still hanging in there for third. But, 2 middle lanes dominating this one. Lucy looking
Hope,
very strong indeed, isn't she?
She is, yes. She's not long back from Rome as well. I think the 200 metres she got certainly a new team record. That is Lucy's race there, finishing in first. 56.35. Lucy Grieve in third, just behind Katie Goodburn at 57.81. So that completes heat 105. I think I see a number of these girls in the final this evening, though, Robert.
Yeah, 6 swimmers under the minute there.
There's the provisional list for the final this evening. Lucy Hope, Evie Davis, Katie Goodburn. Lucy Greaves in there. Mary Mishenko then B final.
Just missing out in an A final. Ella Stevenson, that good swim. Unless there's withdrawal, she'll be a reserve. Some probably good times for some of these swimmers further down. You have Abby Kane, Emma Emery, Katie Pate, Keris McInday, Tegan Davison, Myrn Binney, the Pana swimmers towards the end, as you would expect on times, but they'll be back this evening.
And so we move on to the men's 100 metre freestyle, event 106. We have 6 heats of this event, and this is heat 1. Lane 3, Bjorn Ayen from South Lanark Swimming. Lane 4, Ollie Carter from Stirling University. And lane 5, Sam Downey from East Lothian.
So a strong start there. Jackie Ollie Carter, who's been performing at a very high level the last few years. Definitely dominating this one, Jackie.
He is, yes. Ollie's a member of the British Swimming Podium Potential squad. And he has indeed been performing very well of late. So Ollie is dominating this. Bjorn in behind him and Sam Downey behind him. Certain Sam was in Sheffield fairly recently. Sam Downey is a member of the junior team. Sorry, the Scottish junior team, I should clarify that. As Ollie comes in to finish his race. With Bjorn, the South Lanarkshire swimmer, in second, and Sam Downey from East Lothian in third. Probably see these three boys back this evening,
Yeah.
I think, Robert.
Yeah, they'll be back this
in
evening.
the finals. As we move on to the second heat.
Yeah, we potentially have Louis Lawler due to swim later on, another para swimmer. So
I think if these para swimmers are swimming right up alongside the times, the non-para swimmers, I beg your pardon, that's correct to say that, then they can find themselves in the A final.
They can potentially, yeah, they could be in an A or B final.
So we'll see what happens with their times, and indeed, as Robert said, Louis Lawyer is swimming later on in this event. So this is heat number 2, lane 0. I don't think we have a swimmer in lane 0. No, empty lane 0.
Yeah.
Lane 1, David Smith from Glen Rossith. 2, Logan van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 3, Luke Goyen from Billingham. 4, James Gordon, Perth City. 5, Matthew Brown, University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming. Lane 6 from Ireland, Stuart Clark from Marlins. 7, Max Pelosi, City of Glasgow. And 8, Andrew Brodie from Aberdeen Dolphins.
Correct me if I'm wrong, I think Logan was also the West District Junior.
He was, yes. He won one of the trophies for the most promising junior at the recent annual general meeting, the West Districts. It's over in lane 1.
It's Glen Rothis swimmer David Smith going really well.
He is indeed. He's got himself. The battle is all about second place here, I think, Robert. Because I don't think David's going to lose this.
Yeah, although really has a very strong finish.
It's going to be a bit tighter here, but I think first place goes to David Smith. Second, I think, may have to Logan van der Meulen, and third, Andrew Brodie. Sweet, there we go. David Smith, Logan van der Meulen, Andrew Brodie. 54.58 for our winner there.
Well, very, very fast time. That might give an outside chance of sneaking into a B final, perhaps. Almost a second faster as entry time. Maris Congela's is in lane 0 from Edinburgh University. Teammate Vincent Dyer in 1. 2, Jensen Norris, Perth City. 3, Sarah Gullin, Warner-Bass Club. 4, Finlay Strachan, Glasgow University. 5, Greer van der Meulen, Stirling Swimming. 6 is James Lauder, Glasgow University. 7, Ben Kelly, Warner-Bass Club. 8, Nathan Campbell, Stirling Swimming. And 9, Kieran Lennox, University of Aberdeen Performance. Well, 26-year-old James Lauder, Glasgow University in lane 6. Well, ex-Heart swimmer still going well, Jackie.
Kieran Lennox, lane 9 is one to keep an eye on as well. There is second. So Greer van der Meulen there.
Greer van der Meulen, yeah.
The older brother of Logan, who we've just seen in the previous heat. Swimming well in this one.
So down the final stretch, it's pretty tight. Coming through very strongly, Finlay Strachan in lane 4.
I think he has the advantage here, but keep an eye on lane 8. Lane 8's going to take this,
lane 8,
Robert.
8.45, Nathan Campbell. Well, where did Nathan bring that one out of? 54.14.
Good second half there for Nathan, I think. And he'll be pleased with that swim. And we move on to heat 4. Again, we don't have a lane 0. So we have Lewis Lawyer from City of Glasgow in lane 1. 2, Adam Strickland from Derwentshire side. Beg your pardon. Lane 3, Rory McKinnon, City of Glasgow. 4, David Cumberledge from Edinburgh University, and his teammate Thomas Carswell swims in lane 5. Chris Muir, Stirling University in lane 6. Lane 7, Ian Rose, Bath University. Lane 8, I beg your pardon, Lucas Brown from Elgin. And lane 9, all the way from Dorset, swimming for Seagulls, is Edward Bell.
Strong start in the middle lanes. David Cumberledge got very nicely. Thomas Carswell with him. And they're well clear already at halfway, 23.93.
They are, and Rory McKinnon, though, is swimming really well over there in lane 3. And I think he's in third place at the moment, but it is the Edinburgh University boys, David Cumberledge and Thomas Carswell, who are going to take 1 and 2 here. with Rory McKinnon, the 19-year-old from City of Glasgow, in third place. Times there 49.79 for David Cumberledge.
Well, I'm interested to see if David could swim a bit faster in the final this evening. That was a really, really strong heat, 49.79. 49.90 entry time for the meet. Working well on that one. Harry Sharp is in lane 0 from Warner Bass Club. 1, Luke Hornsey, East Lothian Swim Team. 2, Evan Davidson, Perth City. 3 is Jamie Robertson, Stirling University. 4, Jack McMillan, also Stirling University. In 5, Scott Gibson, Edinburgh University. Teammate Ross Leslie in 6. 7, Smax Upton, Billingham. 8, Luke Shaw, Edinburgh University. And Ryan Ferguson, also Edinburgh University, in 9. Middle lanes, very prominent. Jack McMillan, Scott Gibson, Ross Leslie also up there.
Not really a lot to tell between them as they come into the turn there, Robert, is there?
It's 4, 5, 6, I think.
Yeah,
Scott Gibson. I think it was lane 4 who actually got the touch, but it didn't register Jack McMillan. Somewhere around the high 23s, I suspect.
Yeah,
Scott
Jack
Gibson.
McMillan pulling away there, isn't he, Robert?
Yeah.
Although he is being challenged by lane 5, Scott Gibson.
More renowned
He's
as a
coming up on
backstroker.
shoulders.
Yeah.
It's going to be tight here and at the finish, but it is Jack McMillan who gets that. Scott Gibson in second and Ross Leslie in third. As we move on to the final heat of this event. We do have a lane 0 this time. Beginning to wonder if it was just me earlier. We seem to have a few heats there where lane 0 were not swimming this morning. But we do have a lane 0, and that's Adam Ritchie from Stirling University. Lane 1, Callum Peebles, East Lothian. 2, Zach Speakman from Stirling University. 3, Finn McGeever from National Centre Limerick. 4, Edward Mildred from Bath University. 5, Bruno Kempster, Edinburgh University, and his teammate Miles Lapsley swims in lane 6. 7, Finley Club, Aberdeen Dolphins, and teammate Tom Robertson in lane 8. 9, Jude Lydiard from Edinburgh University. So, fastest entry time here is Edward Mildred in 48.83. Let's see what he can do against that this morning. As I think it is lane 4, Edward Mildred. He just has the advantage on this field as they come into the turn. Edward's going to turn
see
first there.
Jack, if Finley Club can sneak into a final in this one. Aberdeen Dolphins swimmer going pretty well in 7, but he'll need to keep a strong start going.
Yeah, he had third at the turn there, Robert, wasn't he? But I think he has fallen away a little bit, as it is dominated by Edward Mildred. In lane 4 there, the Bath swimmer, Bruno Kempster, is going to finish in second. Battle for third, but very tight there, and it was Finn McGeever that got that ahead of Zach Speakman and Finley Club.
Very tight for the minor places there, not much, half a second between third, fourth and fifth. Callum Peebles just dropping back into 6th.
Indeed, yes, and there we have the provisional finals for this evening. David Cumberledge, Edward Mildred, 1 and 2 at the moment.
Well, less than a second cover the next batch of swimmers, so that's a promising B final. 53.07 roughly to 53.93.
And we'll see Louis Law, I think.
We'll see Louis Law
as well
this evening, along with
Ollie
Carter, Sam Downey, Ron Ian. That's 2 lads that didn't swim.
And so we move on to event 107. This is the women's 100 metre breaststroke. Just check my sheet here, but we have 6 heats of this event this morning. And goodness me, what a programme Merrin Binney is having, Robert. Yeah. She swims again in this event.
Yeah,
she's too much of a breather for her. This is her 3rd event, I think, of the morning.
Yeah, number 3.
So in heat 1, lane 2, Merrin Binney from Swim IT. Lane 3, Veronica Majaluska from City of Peterborough. 4, Iona Kasapidis from Carnegie. 5, Ava Kirkham from First. and 6, Laura Pilkington from Edinburgh University.
Well, I've got a complimentary on your pronunciation of these names, Jackie. Well done.
I did sit and have a wee practice to myself before we started this morning, Robert.
Yeah.
And but if is anybody out there who wants to pick me up on the pronunciations, please don't hesitate to do so, because I'm sure they're not completely correct.
Oh, well,
but
I think you've certainly got Iona Casapidis spot on. Carnegie swimmer just shades this from Eva Kirkham, who had a very good swim earlier on.
Yes, indeed she did. And so, yeah, so we have 2 of our para swimmers here, Merrin Binney, as we've said, we've seen her already this morning twice, Laura Pilkington. So they're in behind Veronica, Iona and Ava, as Iona, the Carnegie swimmer, swimming very strongly there. Eva Kirkham in the 2nd and Veronica in 3rd at the moment. I think that will be the finishing order for the 3 girls. Yeah. And in behind we have Laura Pilkington ahead of Merrin Binney. So.
Well, that's a very, very good swim from Iona, 1:20.10. I suspect that's probably a conversion from short course to long course, so she's virtually on that long course time that she's come into the meet on, so she'll be pleased with that.
She will indeed, yes.
Eva Kirkham just a couple of seconds over that entry time. Another solid swim, as Veronica also a few seconds over that time. And Laura Pilkington, we spoke about records earlier on. Laura Pilkington in lane 6, 2:07.95 is her entry time. Did a 2:08.57 very recently. And she's finished in 2:08.07, virtually on her entry time. And Merrin Binney, 2:27.10 was Mirren's entry time. And nice to see her improving, 2:23.73. So we're not quite sure whether there will be a final for that this evening, Jackie, since I think we've only got 2 para swimmers, but there may be other para swimmers. Perhaps I don't think there are any in the afternoon, so it's dependent on how many are actually taking part, whether we do or don't have finals. But on to our second heat, Jackie.
So I think we do have maybe another para swimmer swimming later on, certainly in the start sheets. So we'll wait and see what happens there.
Yep.
And the impact on whether or not these swimmers go forward to the finals session this evening. As we move on to heat number 2, we have lane 1, Sophie Portier, Warren de Baths, 2, Lauren Anderson from West Lothian, 3, Isla Gilmurray from Dundee City, 4, Caris Mooney, City of Glasgow, 5, Abby Thompson, Stirling University, 6, Esme Hall from
Borough
Stockton. Sorry, Robert, just slipped there. And lane 7, Emma Simpson, and I'm going to get this wrong. Is that Broch?
I always refer to it as the Broch. Some people call it Broch. I always say the Broch.
Well, apologies with my English accent.
Because it's the area up there in northeast Scotland.
And it is indeed the Broch swimmer, Emma Simpson, who had a very good start there and got herself a bit of an early lead, but the girls are challenging that now. And coming up alongside her, Esme Hall from the Borough of Stockton, and Esme's going to turn first there at the halfway mark.
Always got a lot of swimmers coming up from the northeast, and the Borough of Stockton is one club that continually comes up and supports this meet, so great to see them coming up and competing again this weekend, Jackie.
It is, yeah. They seem to have quite a team as well, Robert.
Yeah, we've got Derwentsside, Billingham and others, and they're most welcome at our national championships.
And Esme's having a really good swim here. She is ahead of the field with the City of Glasgow swimmer, Caris Mooney, in second, as the girls come into the closing stages of their 100-metre breaststroke. It will be the Borough of Stockton swimmer in takes this first place. City of Glasgow, Caris Mooney in second. A little battle for third, all going to come down to the touch, but it was Isla Gilmurray in third place there. So 1:18.13 finish time there inside the entry times for these girls, for Esme anyway. And She'll be pleased with that. Well worth a trip up north.
Yeah, yeah. Second at the age groups down there. That was where her entry time 1:19.80.69 came from. And she improved by over a second and a half. Youngster from Burristock. Well done. In lane 0, we have Abby Whitfield from Derwent. 1 is Holly Clifford from Murtlands. 2, Amy Owenson from Best. 3, Madeline Patterson, City Glasgow. 4, Alicia Goodbrand, Ithan. 5, Maya Cheshire, Elgin. 6, Roisin Rain from National Centre Limerick. 7 is Shahid Mohammed from City of Peterborough. 8, Madison Christophorus from Aberdeen Dolphins. 9, Jessica Schultz, Stirling University. 118s through to 119s in this Jackie. So should have had another tight finish perhaps.
Looks
3,
like
Madeline Patterson I think just shades this.
indeed she does. Yeah, you called that correctly there. Elisa Goodbrand in second. No, Sahid Mohammed I think in second. Elisa was in third there at the time. But Madeline Patterson still continues to do well. I think she prefers to be known as Maddie.
Maddie, yeah,
Yes,
Maddie Patterson.
Maddie
yeah.
Patterson, I think.
Yeah.
Lane 0, Abby Whitfield also swimming well, having a cracking second half here.
Jessica Schultz
And
in
I
9
think
as well. Jackie coming through
she
very
does.
strongly.
At the moment, it looks like it's lane 0 to me,
That's
Robert,
the 2
just
outside
ahead
smokers.
of Maddie Patterson. Can Maddie? I think it's going to be whether Maddie can hang on to second place here, or whether the outside lane will take that ahead of her. There
That's
we
a
go.
dead heat from the 2 outside smokers. 2:19 dead. Lanes 9 and 0.
Shahid Mohammed in third. So strong swim at the beginning there by Maddie Patterson. Fell away a little bit in the closing stages, but
just at time, Jackie. Must have been a soft touch.
right, there we are.
You were right. She was in the mix, and third place 1:19.68.
Should be pleased with that.
Abby and Jessica dead heating in that last one.
So we move on to heat 4 and lane 0. And you're going to have to help me out here, Robert, so we get this right. Aoife Brooks from Edinburgh University. 1, Zara Carrick from East Lothian. 2, Belle Cameron, City of Peterborough, I beg your pardon. Lane 3, Louise Edmonds, Edinburgh University. Her teammate Katie Robertson in lane 4, and their teammate Elsa McDonald in lane 5. Hayley Robertson from South Ayrshire Swim Team. Lane 7, Emily McGee, Dundee City. 8, Sarah McNaughton, Warren de Baths, and Evie Mackey, 14-year-old from South Lanarkshire. Swim team goes in lane 9.
Did you see Katie Robertson from South Ayrshire?
I think I might have got a bit confused there. No,
she used to be.
Hayley Robertson, South Ayrshire, and
Yeah.
Katie Robertson used to swim at South Ayrshire, didn't she, Robert?
Yeah,
Yes.
the two sisters.
The two sisters. There we go. So, but it is Katie Robertson who is not dominating, but certainly leading here. Her teammate Elsa McDonald and Louise Edmonds are in third, but they'll need to keep an eye on what's happening in lane 2. Belle Cameron from the City of Peterborough. She's now got herself ahead of Louise Edmonds. But it is going to be Katie Robertson who takes this. Elsa McDonald in second, and is the City of Peterborough swimmer Belle Cameron in third. No, in fact, that's wrong. Called that incorrectly. That's not what's shown on the board. We'll just wait for that there. Katie Robertson, been adjusted there. Katie Robertson, Elsa McDonald, and Belle Cameron. So I did call that correct.
You did. You were spot on.
I did. Spot on that. And good to see the youngsters, Zara Quaritch and Evie Mackey, swimming in up in the morning heats. Both two up-and-coming youngsters, aren't they? Just 14 years of age, but swimming very, very well. We have the privilege of seeing Evie Mackey swimming a number of times here at Tollcross in the districts championships over the last year.
Ailey Stewart from Orderbassons in 0. 1, Zana Smith, her teammate, is in 1. 2, Lauren Kenna from Marlins. 3, Owen Cook, Edinburgh University. 4, Anna Morgan, and 5, Katie Goodburn, their teammates. 6 is Lucy Stowe's Dundee City Aquatics. 7, Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming, and I'm not going to sing happy birthday to her, but nice to see Perry in this one. 8, Freya Masson from Shetland. That's a wee joke. 9 is Katie Simpson, Edinburgh University. Just a wee personal one from us in the West.
Yes, Perry had the privilege of Robert singing happy birthday to her at not too many months ago here at Tollcross. But back in the pool, it's Katie Goodburn.
Anna Morgan,
I beg your pardon, who is leading this. In second place, Alwyn Cook and Katie Goodburn in third, all from Edinburgh University. So they are dominating this heat 5, as we finish there in with Anna Morgan, Alwyn Cook, and I'm not sure. We just need to wait for these to be adjusted, because I'm pretty certain that was Katie Goodburn in third there. But just wait for the ball. There we go. It does. It's been adjusted. Anna Morgan, Alwyn Cook, and Katie Goodburn were our 1, 2, and 3. And we come on to the final heat of this event. There will be a swim-off later this morning for the women's 100-metre freestyle. That will come in at the end of the session, Robert, will it?
Yeah, it should do. So, in lane 0, we've Drew McKenzie, City of Glasgow. 1, Katie Caldwell, Mulgan Bearstead. 2, Amy McLeod, City of Glasgow. 3, Anna Finlay, Derwentside. 4, Cara Hanlon, Edinburgh University. In lane 5, Amir Doyle, National Centre Limerick. 6, Bridget Le Mesurier, Edinburgh University. 7, Ella McGeorge from Cooper and District. 8, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. And 9, Leah Bullock from South Lanarkshire. So, and no surprise to see Cara Hanlon at the front of this one, Jackie.
No, I think you were speaking about her earlier, weren't you? That we had such a calibre of a swimmer swimming this morning, and yeah, she's dominating this.
Yeah, British champion event. And going very nicely indeed here.
32.11 at the turn there.
Seems to be like a good wine, gets better with age.
So let's see what's happening in behind her then. We've got National Centre Limerick swimmer Ima Doyle in second. Anna Finlay from Derwentshire I think is in third. 2 of the visiting swimmers to this event here in Glasgow this weekend. But there we go. No doubt whose race this is. Cara Hanlon showing how it's done. And we'll see her swimming again this evening in the finals, with Amy Doyle in second and Anna Finlay in third. As the girls come in to finish their race before it becomes the turn of the boys. Sorry, the men's rather. Beg your pardon, the men's, isn't it?
Yeah.
100-metre breaststroke. And we've got 6 heats in this. The first heat will see Ollie Hewitt in lane 3, Kieran Hayes in lane 4, Michael Scackle in lane 5, and Bjorn Ayen in lane 6. Warren de Baths, Aberdeen, and Inverleith and South Lanarkshire respectively are their teams. As we're just seeing the provisional finalists up on the board. Potential swim off, I think, but we'll just wait for this to be confirmed to us. It's
yeah, I'm just glad there was 21st and 22nd were separated by 100th. There wasn't a similar time. Otherwise, we potentially could have a swim off for reserves in that breaststroke. But we potentially spared that one, Jackie.
Oh, okay. So here we go. We'll get started with event 108. We have 2 of our para swimmers here, Ollie Hewitt and Bjorn Ayen. So we're just hearing that the swim-off will not go ahead at the end of this session. I'm not sure of the reason why, but I've been advised that it is not proceeding. I think that's the message I picked up there. So we have Ollie Hewitt, sorry, I beg your pardon, Kieran Hayes and Michael Scackle in the centre of the pool there. The Aberdeen and Inverleith, sure, up in the North District there. No, Inverleith, of course, is East District, isn't it?
Yeah,
I was about to say.
Yeah, it's one. They classify themselves as the number 3 club in Edinburgh.
Right, yeah. My geography's not so brilliant. I should know
Yeah.
that. I lived in Edinburgh for a
Yeah.
good number of years, but yeah, just a wee error there on my part. So it's Kieran Hayes, the 18-year-old from Aberdeen, just has the advantage from Michael Skakel. As I said, in behind them are two of our para swimmers. Ollie Hewitt has the advantage over Bjorn Ayen at the moment. As Kieran comes in with Michael behind him. I don't think Michael's going to catch him, although he's having a jolly good try at this. But it is Kieran who's going to touch the home first, and Michael in behind him. Time there, 1:17.12. Entry times are likely to be short course conversions, and in behind the two boys we have the 14-year-old from Warren de Baths, Ollie Hewitt. His entry time here 1:37.10. Clock doesn't continue to run for us, so 1:38.72 for Ollie. And in behind him the South Lanarkshire swimmer Bjorn Ayen finishes his 100-metre breaststroke this morning. So as we've said earlier, we're not 100% certain what's going to happen with these para finals this evening. I think we do have a number of other para swimmers in this event. I'm just looking down the start sheet there, so I think we will see these boys probably again this evening.
So. Yeah, yeah.
As we move on to, sorry, I beg your pardon.
Jack Milne comes a wee bit later, Jackie. So
I see Scott Quinn's here is with us as well this morning.
Yeah.
According to the start sheet. So see what happens. Get that all confirmed to you later. As we move on to heat number 2, lane 0, Alexander Stewart from Highland, Finlay Sang, City of Glasgow. 2, Lewis Brander, Monifeith. 3, Gagan Singh, City of Peterborough. 4, Fraser McIntosh, South Lanarkshire. 5, Conor Christophorus, Aberdeen Dolphins. 6, Craig Shaw, South Lanarkshire. 7, Ewan Gray, Cooper. And 8, Kyle Wong, City of Glasgow. Well, pretty similar entry times here, 1:12.02 to 1:12.90. One on the 1:13.23 is the slowest time. So the boys will be looking to improve on those entry times this morning.
Pretty level start, Jackie.
It was indeed there, wasn't it? Really a lot to call between the boys. I think it might well be the two lanes closest to us, though, Robert, at the moment.
You had Grey Cooper District maybe just shaded it at the moment, but it's tight, isn't it? Coming down to the halfway mark.
And in fact, as it's all begun to sort itself out in the middle there now.
Yep, 33,
Fraser
48.
McIntosh.
Yep.
And Conor Christophorus and Gagan Singh were your 1, 2 and 3 at the halfway. So that's what Fraser can do to hold these.
He's looking pretty strong down the final 25, Jackie.
Yeah, he is indeed, Robert. Coming up well is lane 1, Finlay Sang, the City of Glasgow swimmer. I think, is he City of Glasgow?
Craig Shaw also going well in lane 6. No doubt.
So it's all changed a little bit from the halfway mark, but it is.
South Lanarkshire 1-2 here.
It is indeed, with Finlay Sang in 3rd there. Fraser McIntosh, Craig Shaw, Finlay Sang. And Finlay's teammate Kyle Wong in getting himself into 4th there.
Good swim there, just inside his entry time, Fraser. 1:11.86. That fairly comfortably at the end. So we move on to our 3rd heat. We have N0, James Gordon, Perth City, 1, Luke Janssen, Warren de Baths Club, 2, Lachlan Swall, Stirling Swimming, 3, Johnny Martin, Perth City, 4, Jack Milne from University of Aberdeen Performance, 5, Fraser Dow, Perth City, 6, Fraser Tetlow, Geary, 7, Rory Webster, Dumfries, 8, Luke Garrity, Inverclyde, and 9, Jacob Wood from Elgin. That's the last of the unseeded heats. May just be lane 7, Rory Webster from Dumfries.
So we've seen Rory in action already this morning, I think.
Yeah, Fraser Dow coming through strongly in lane 5 though.
He is, isn't he? Yes, but it's still Rory Webster, I think, as they go into the halfway mark, is it? No, it's not. Fraser Dow. Freezer Dow, Johnny Martin, Jack Milne were your 1, 2 and 3
turn
at the
from
half.
Jack Milne there in lane 4 has probably brought him upsides. The 2 Perth boys, Johnny Martin, Freezer Dow. Still in there is Rory Webster, Jackie.
He is indeed, isn't he? He's swimming really well. Look at him go there in lane 7. In fact, I think he's got the lead here.
I think he's
going
come through very strongly.
He has. This is all going to come down to the touch here. But is it going to be Rory?
Yeah.
No, just touched out there by Jack
he
Milne.
was. Still a very good swim from Rory from lane 7. Very much on his entry time. Jack Milne just getting in there. Jack will be back for a final later on. Luke Garrity finishing in 4th. Not quite
Bit
getting
of a family tradition of breaststroke there, isn't it? Maybe
Yeah.
his older brother Matthew.
Yeah, indeed.
Very good breaststroker. Both swimmers, both of the boys swimming with Inverclyde, although Matthew's moved on to the City of Glasgow programme now, I understand. He's now at university. So we don't have a swimmer in lane 2,
Lane
Robert,
2,
here.
no,
so we have
Jacob Duncan in 0 from Highland Swim Team. 1, Isaac Hall from Borough Stockton. Empty lane in 2. 3 is Andrew Arthur, Stirling University. Teammates Rory Dixon. 4, William Ellington in 5. 6 is Charlie Trotman, Edinburgh University. 7, Conor Mitchell, Warner Bass Club. 8, Joseph Martin, Derwentside. And 9, Gavin Roberts from City of Glasgow. So a very strong start in the middle lanes from Rory Dixon. 28.54. That's the first of the 3 seeded heats. So the middle lanes certainly is where you expect all the action. Charlie Trotman in lane 6 is trying to pull level with William Ellington. Rory Dixon has this one well wrapped up. Andrew Arthur looks comfortable in second, Jackie.
It does indeed, but it is whether or not Charlie Trotman can do anything, but I don't think he's going to, and it will be the Stirling University swimmer William Ellington who finishes in 3rd, so a clean sweep there by the University of Stirling performance swimmers, Rory Dixon, Andrew Arthur and William Ellington. And we'll move on to Heat 5. So Heat 5, Lane 0, Michael Elsafi from Billingham. Lane 1, Robson Miles, City of Glasgow. 2, Don Bissett, Stirling University, and his teammate Rafe Dobson in Lane 3. Usain Cook, University of Edinburgh. Ross Young, Lane 5. Lane 6, Liam Davis, and 7, Aidan Fothergill, and Lane 8, Scott Quinn, all University of Edinburgh. And Lane 9, Ben Swan, I beg your pardon, from Borough of Stockton. Scott Quinn is another one of our para swimmers, and he goes in lane 8. So pretty tight at this stage. This is one of our seeded heats, but I think it's lane 5. Ross Young may just have the advantage over the field as the men go into the turn here. And it's Ross Young, 29.16. Usain Cook and Rafe Dobson, 3 Edinburgh University swimmers. Oh, beg your pardon, Rafe Dobson, of course, is from University of Stirling, so apologies to him. And it is still lane 5, Ross Young, continuing to lead the field here. He is being challenged. It's whether he can hold them. He's certainly his teammate at bay. They're in lane 4, Usain Cook. Oh, it's really tight here coming into the closing meters, and he has just held that there. 103.90, 104.0, so 10/100ths of a second splitting places 1 and 2, with the University of Stirling swimmer Rafe Dobson finishing there in 3rd. We'll no doubt see those men back this evening, as well as Scott Quinn. As we move on to Heat 6, the final heat of this event.
No lane 9 in this one, Jackie.
And so there isn't. So
So we have in 0, David Smith, Glenrothes. 1, Finlay Wallace, Aberdeen Dolphins. 2, Joshua Mitchell, Edinburgh University. 3, Alex Meyer from Stirling University. 4, Archie Goodburn, Edinburgh University. 5, George Smith, Stirling University. 6 is Conor Massey, Aberdeen Performance. 7, Neil Monaski from Edinburgh University. 8, Jack Mitchell from University of Aberdeen Performance. Well, Archie Goodburn, 1:00:50 has got a big gap on entry time from the rest of the field, and certainly well clear in this one, 28:99. It's a question of whether he just wants to have a nice steady swim, which I'm sure he will. I don't think it'll be troubling the 101 mark, but totally dominating in this one, Jackie. It's all about second place. Alex Meyer going well in lane 3, and also in 2, Joshua Mitchell. Very solid swim from Archie here.
Yeah, Archie knows he's into the finals, but it's the other boys that are looking to secure their places. Very tight in at the finish there, and it is Joshua Mitchell in second and Alex Meyer in third. Times there 1:03:21 for Archie, good 2.5 seconds ahead of second and third. So we'll wait to see what happens with these boys getting into the finals this evening.
Interesting to see if where Scott Quinn actually features here.
Yes, as we said earlier, he could.
Certainly in the B final, I'm sure. But whether he's
he is
in the B final, or whether because of para situations he's slotted into a para final, I have no idea, Jackie.
No, I can't help you with that one either, Robert, I'm afraid. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens once this afternoon's events are all swam and the final listings are produced for the final session. I think it starts about, is it 5 o'clock this evening? We're back here for the finals. Let's check on that. 5:30. Warm-ups 4:30, and the start is at 5:30. So we'll be back on live stream for that this evening. As we move on to event 109, and we're on to the 50-metre backstroke. So the swimmers will start the other end of the pool to us now.
Yep.
Finishing in front of us, and we have 5 heats for this. In heat 1, Millie Shaw from Billingham in lane 0. Lane 1, Katie Lowe from Glenrothes. 2, Faye Prosser, Highland. 3, Eva Smith, University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming. Lane 4, Lucy Atherton, Heart of Midlothian. Lane 5, Imogen Lau from, sorry Robert, I don't recognise.
Imogen Lau from we'll come back to that in a moment.
Yeah.
No lane
6. No lane 6. Lane 7, Libby Doubleday from Stirling University, and lane 8 from Georgina Hawkins, Foldhouse. It says SAS for Imogen Lau on the start sheet, but we'll just check that out for you. And it's very tight coming into the finish here.
Yeah, it's South Aberdeen.
It's Katie Lowe finishing first, and Imogen Lau from South Aberdeen Swimming. Get ourselves sorted out for that one. Katie Lau first, Eva Smith second, and Millie Shaw third. 32:73 finish time there for Katie, so just under her entry time there. As we move on to heat 2.
Yeah, we have Maya Cheshire in 0-1, Kirsty Gilmore in 0, Kirsty Gilmore 1, Iona Henderson 2, Grace Noonan 3, Safina Machin 4, Emma McGavin 5, Alice Mackey 6, 7, Ailsa Clubb in 7, 8, Madison Christophorus is 8, and 9, Emma Leggett. 32:10 to 32:40 the entry time, possibly lanes 3 and 4. Grace Noonan, Safina Machin. Grace Noonan maybe just shading it. Also Emma Leggett in lane 9 going very nicely. So it's Lanarkshire. It's Grace and Ailsa Clubb in 7. It's very tight in the final stages.
Iona Henderson over there at South Lanarkshire as well, also swimming well. But it is tight. I think it's going to be South Lanarkshire 1, 7. Aberdeen Dolphins 2nd, and South Lanarkshire 3rd.
Yeah, and Henderson, gets that just the far side, as you say, Jackie. 32-30. And Anderson, I think, as you say, taking that Ulster Club 32-26 and 32-55 for Emma Leggett.
So we move on to heat 3.
Just waiting for that one to be confirmed, Jackie. It's,
it's taking a wee moment, isn't it, before we move on to that third heat?
Yeah, it could be a soft touch, but
there we go. Iona Henderson.
As we have it. Yeah, it was that. 1, 2, 3, Jackie.
And now we move on to heat 3. So lane 0, Isla Gilmurray. 1, Zoe Crawford. 2, Alex McGill. 3, Lauren Bradley Holt. 4, Melissa Mainwaring. 5, Amy Shields. 5, Lucy Stoves. 6, Betty Firth. And 7, 8, Natalie Marshall. And 9, Anna Tachenko.
First the seeded heat, so
indeed.
Massamena will be the strong fancy to take this from Amy Shields. That's I think go by. Good start also in lane 2, Alex McGill, Gateshead and Wickham. And now Amy Shields coming through, Jackie, in 5, just to take it up from Melissa Mainwaring.
She is indeed, but I don't think Melissa's going to give up so easy. But it is Amy who's coming through. Melissa's trying to get back, but she's not going to manage to do that as Amy takes this morning, just ahead of Melissa.
Yeah, Alex McGill, I think, was third.
I think we need to just wait for that to be.
Lots of soft touches there, Jackie.
It does seem to be, and it seems to be in the centre of the pool there, doesn't it? But there we go. There's the results. Amy Shields, Melissa Mainwaring and Alex McGill, your 1, 2 and 3. As we move on to the penultimate heat. Amber Stevenson goes in lane 0, Katie Rose 1, 2, Megan Donovan 3, Kira Sterica 4, Emily Grant 5, Heidi Wren 6, Olivia Butler 7, Ellis Shields 8, Hayley Armstrong and 9, Maya Reynard, beg your pardon.
Look for that 15-metre mark, which you just see in the far top right-hand corner of your picture. That is where the swimmers have got to make sure they don't surface. Look at lane 5, Heidi Wren. She's very, very good at getting maximum.
She is, and she's done it there, hasn't she?
So that was, for our classes, borderline, Jackie.
Well, yes, okay. Lane 1, swimming really well there over on the far side, Katie Rose. Lane 4, Emily Grant. It's going to be between these two, I think. Emily Grant got that, Katie Rose second and Olivia Butler third. Pretty tight there. Look for the results to be confirmed. So, and we move on to the final heat. Lane 0, Sabda Bailey. 1, Faith Yuda. 2, Mary Wood. 3, Florence Tinsley. 4, Kathleen Dawson. 5, Yasmin Hammerlane. 6, Emma Scobie. 7, Lucy Lucas. 8, Ella Stevenson. And 9, Mia McLeod. I'm not sure who we fancy for this one, Robert. What do you think?
Sadly, Emma Scobie has pulled out of this one.
Empty lane 6 there. Sorry, I hadn't noticed that. I think we'd be expecting Kathleen to take this one.
Yeah, you'd hope that if she's back getting to where she should be, she should dominate this one.
It looks like she is at the moment. But, still swimmers in touch with her. Kathleen will know what she's got to do to get herself into the finals this evening. So there she goes. She's pulling away now. It is all about second and third places. All very tight there, but I think it's just Yasmin Hammerlane. Touched ahead of Mary Wood. As the board confirms that, Kathleen Dawson first, Yasmin Hammerlane second, and Mary Wood in third.
Yeah, that's looked pretty comfortable for Kathleen. Good to see that. So that's your provisional final.
Yes, and the provisional B final, Ellis Shields, Ella Stevenson.
And thankfully no joint 21 or 22 or joint 20th there, Jackie.
No, not this time. So no swim-offs for that particular event for the women. As we move on to the men's 50-metre backstroke. As the board clears to confirm the boys swimming in this first heat of event 110, with 5 heats from the men this meet this morning, and the 50-metre backstroke.
This could be an interesting one, Jackie, for this evening. Jamie Robertson, the Scottish record holder, goes in the penultimate heat at the backstroke specialist Scott Gibson. Probably better on the 50s than the 100 and 200s. He's the fastest qualifier for the event. He goes in the final heat. Jamie Robertson, the ex-Midlothian swimmer, now up at Aberdeen. That's to come. Logan Scally in 1, Ben Kelly 2, 3 Nathan Wilson, 4 it's Conor Christophers, 5 Tom Armitage, 6 Richard Laws, 7 Matthew McMillan, and 8 Archie Smith. Good start in lane 1. Logan Scally, Aberdeen Performance. It's almost a line across diagonally from 0 to 8 on that start. Ben Kelly off pretty well, and it's coming through in lane 5. Tom Armitage from the Highland Swim Team, and in 6 it's Richard Lee. So it's a tight. Tom Armitage 30-20. Very difficult to get that one. Archie Smith 30-30, and Ben Kelly 30-32. Conor Christophers 30-33, 30-36, 30-37. Well, it's with nothing in that one, Jackie.
There really wasn't. It was very tight, very difficult to call there at the end. So a good swim by all of those swimmers there. As we move on to the second heat, and lane 0, Calvin MacDonald, 1 David Landman, 2 Benji Jeffries, 3 Fergus Curry, 4 Robbie Thompson, 5 Ethan Stewart, 6 Kyle Mitchell, 7 Logan Jackson, 8 Lex Garrett, and 9 Orlando Deering.
A lovely name, Orlando Deering.
Indeed, yes. So that's the restarted. Good start there over in lane 0. Calvin MacDonald from the University of Aberdeen Performance.
Oh, sorry, Peterborough lad's not doing too badly in lane 9. He's well up there.
Indeed, Benji Jeffries, South Ayrshire, lane 2 though. He's swimming really well there, Robert. I think he might just take this one.
Yeah.
Well, he did indeed. Benji Jeffries, Kyle Mitchell, Logan Jackson. And the boys, the men finishing there in 1, 2 and 3. As the board clears to confirm that for them. It's all looking up to see just what they are and what their times are. 29.15 for Benji Jeffries. So just about on his entry time there. As we move on to heat 3.
First of the seeded heats, Jackie, and
some pretty good big guns going in this one, I think. As we move on to these seeded heats.
Let's see what happens with Dean Fern. He's the Scottish junior champion.
Stephen Clegg swimming here as well. He's got his eye on Manchester, I think, at the beginning of August.
Sorry, Dean Fern, Scottish junior record holder. My apologies there. That's what I meant to say. So Jack Tucker, Simpson, Owen Williamson, Andrew Bodie, Dean Fern, Jonathan Adams, Sam Pearce, Stephen Clegg, Thomas Carswell, Adam Ritchie and Jacob Wood. Good start from Jonathan Adam in 4. Sam Pearce well there in 5. Dean Fern just a little bit back on that, and going well in 7 is Thomas Carswell. I think it's Adam from Pearce to the middle lanes, and 7. I think Thomas Carswell just touched out Dean Fern for that 3rd place. Winning time of 25.85 for Jonathan. Well clear of Sam Pearce and Thomas Carswell.
So we move on to heat 4, lane 0, Edward Bell, 1 Lewis Lawyer, 2 Neddy Irwin, 3, Robert Burgess. 4, Jamie Robertson. 5, Jamie Ferguson. 6, Ian Rose. 7, Archie Goodburn. 8, Logan van der Meulen. And 9, Murray Dixon. So Louis Lohr, one of our para swimmers.
And just coming back to that last heat, Jackie, we'll leave that Stephen Clegg, the time he did, is a new Scottish S12 record.
Oh, great stuff. Good swim by him then. We're well pleased with that. So as we said, this is heat 4 in the water. The centre there, Jamie Robertson from Stirling University, has the advantage. Just by about half a body length, looking very strong there, but he's certainly being challenged by Jamie Ferguson, who is in the closing stages there, has moved ahead and is going to take this ahead of Jamie Robertson. There we go, Jamie Ferguson, 26.52, and Archie Goodburn in 3rd place, in behind Jamie Robertson there.
Obviously Archie Goodburn's having a wee bit of fun doing a backstroke.
Looks like it.
I think that'll be good to get him in the final with 3rd place there. He looks a bit shattered though, Jackie.
Certainly does there. So final heat of this event. We have a full house, I think.
0 with Callum Peebles, 1 Greer van der Meulen, 2 Lucas Brown, 3 Conor Massey, 4 Scott Gibson, 5 Zach Speakman, 6 Jordan McPhail, 7 Finlay Strachan, 8 Vigo Savage, and 9 Jensen Norwich. Cracking start in 4 from Scott Gibson there, Jackie.
Oh, indeed,
that's won him the heat, no problem. He's about a body length clear of Zach Speakman, Conor Massey, either side of him.
Yeah, this is Scott's race, isn't it? It's all about 2nd and 3rd here. Scott's, we'll certainly see him this evening.
Well, that is a new Scottish record. 24.97. Well done to Scott Gibson. Well, clearly the fact that he no longer had that record, he's decided to give it everything in the heat. We'll wait and see what happens tonight. Let's say we could have an interesting final. We could have a very interesting final now that record is gone. 24.97. Archie Goodburn, well, we'll actually come and have a wee swim later on in the B final.
Lewis Law is in that B final as well.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, as we spoke about earlier, with Scott, whether or not Louis will be swimming in the B final or the para final.
Indeed. Indeed.
We'll be told of that later on in the day. So we'll be slow everything back down again now from the 50s there, and we move on to the 200 metre butterfly, starting with the women's, and this is event 111, 111. But 111, I think. And we have, 5 heats for this, Robert, I think, don't we?
Yeah, 5 heats.
So we do, and a full heat for heat number 1. So heat 1, lane 1, Rebecca Reid from Warrender Baths. Lane 2, Gina Wren, sister of Heidi Wren, who we saw in action earlier, I believe. Gina is 14 years of age from City of Glasgow. Lane 3, Hannah Anderson, Carnegie. Lane 4, Amber Hinton, the 13-year-old from Dumfries. Someone who else Robert and I have seen in the pool a number of times. Freya Keeling from Carnegie, also 13 in lane 5. Lucy Morgan, University of Aberdeen Performance, goes in lane 6. And Iona Casapidis from Carnegie goes in lane 7. So this is a 200 metre butterfly for the girls. I think I can call them girls, looking at their ages in this particular heat.
Variety of ages.
Although I must remember that they've entered a women's 200 metre butterfly. And it is Gina Wren, the City of Glasgow swimmer, who has taken an early lead here. Gina's a member of the Junior Academy last year, I think. I would be correct in saying. Oh, I beg your pardon, not the Junior Academy, the Youth Academy. I should have known that, since I organised the junior academy here in the West, but yep, the youth academy for her. But both her and her sister have been through what was the former DRP, now the junior academy, and it is Gina that continues to lead the field here, turning there at the halfway mark in a time of 1:14.96. Gina's entry time 2:45.15. Do you think she's on par to come in under that this morning? On schedule, rather. On pars, I think the wrong way to put that. On schedule.
She's on, she's there or thereabouts. That was the pre-stags meet earlier this year in this pool, where she was third, as Jackie says.
I think she's beginning to fade now, isn't she? Maybe. As she's beginning to be challenged now.
Iona Casapidis from Carnegie now, 2:00.66. She's got an entry time of 2:45.26. She'll fancy getting inside that now. And coming through very strongly is the Dumfries swimmer, Amber Hinton. As Gina Wren just drops back, Hannah Anderson in fourth, perhaps Lucy Morgan also for some of those minor places, but you can see the black cap of Iona Casapidis there in your shot. She's having a cracking swim. She had a very good breaststroke earlier on, and she's having a fantastic butterfly swim. Well, nice improvement, 2:42.85. That's 2.5 seconds faster than her entry time, 2:45.29. Amber Hinton will be pleased with that second place, 2:44.36. Gina Wren just dropping back into third, 2:47.12. Well, good swim from Iona.
Yes, it was. It was a very good swim there. Pleased to see Gina didn't fall too far behind, because she had a cracking first 100 metres there, didn't she? So heat number 2, lane 0, Millie Colvin from Dumfries. Lane 1, Amy Rowell from City of Glasgow. 2, Abby Barnstable from South Lanark Swimming. 3, Rosie Liston, City of Glasgow, and her teammate Abigail Crawford swims in lane 4. Ellen Denny from Maguri in lane 5. 6, Georgia Reid, City of Glasgow. 7, Kira Bain from Highland. 8, Kaylin Chan, Ren 96, and 9, Sophia Fallon from Monifieth. So the youngest swimmer here is 13, Amy Rowell from City of Glasgow. We've got pretty extensive range of entry times here. I think it's 2:34 down to 2:43.
Yeah.
So fairly broad range here. So we'll see what the girls will do as Ellen Denny leads them into the turn there. 3/100ths of a second behind Abigail Crawford, and Rosie Liston in third.
I did say earlier, Jackie, about Geary doing a bit of everything, especially things like the butterfly. They certainly encourage their swimmers to do a fair mixture in Ellen Denny.
And she's swimming very strongly there. Look,
she's
got herself up alongside
Abigail Crawford also going very nicely indeed. Both girls almost together.
I think it's going to be Erin that will turn first here, though, Robert. And she's just got herself a small lead there. But no, it's recording as Abigail Crawford, so...
no, that's certainly not right.
I don't think that is I think the times that we're seeing on the board, on the screen in front of us, are correct at the moment. But so I think we'll just look away from those. And
certainly a good race developing. Rosie Liston not out of it either, if she can just find something. But it looks as though it's the two middle lanes, Ellen and Abigail.
Yeah, it does indeed, doesn't it?
Abigail looks still pretty strong, Jackie.
She is. It's what she got in the reserve to at the final turn here. So get back on par with Ellen. Good turn by both of those girls there.
Yeah.
Rosie Liston in. The two girls come down, and it's Abigail Crawford who's now taken the lead from Ellen Denny. Abigail Crawford looking pretty strong there. She's about a body length ahead of Ellen. I don't think Ellen can respond to that, can she, Robert? No, even if she can, she's going to run out of water.
Yeah, she's certainly got this well wrapped up. Very strong swim from Abigail. didn't panic, kept it very much together, and just inside her entry time as well, which is great to see. 2:34.81. Ellen Denny, solid swim, 2:37.69. Rosie Liston hung in there, 2:39.23, just outside her entry time, but takes third. Amy Rowell in fourth. And
I think we've got at least one no-show in this next heat 3. Doesn't look to me like
lane 3, is it,
lane
Jackie?
3 is there. So it doesn't look like the yep.
First of the seeded heats. So we have Gemma Brown from Carnegie in 0. 1, Nadine Wilson from Borough Stockton. 2, Madison Cool, Aberdeen Performance, empty lane 3. 4, Coco Cox from Stirling Swimming. 5, Stella McCarthy, City Glasgow. 6, Melissa Mainwaring, West Lothian Swim. 7, Georgia Dickey, Dumfries. 8, Leila Witherspoon, Heart of Midlothian. And 9, Evie Mackey from South Lanarkshire. So a strong start from Coco Croxford.
Yeah, recently moved to Kerry Wood's programme there at Stirling Swimming, hasn't she? The last
from
year or
strength
so.
to strength since she moved, national age group champion.
And she's going to the European Junior Olympic Festival as well.
She's indeed.
Yeah, Stella McCarty in behind her there, but Coco's got a good lead there. About a body and a half length ahead of Stella.
Yeah.
So that's what she can do to keep this going, and I don't think she's. Sorry, I was going to say there. I don't think she's going to let that gap close. She increases it ahead of Stella there.
Yeah.
The turn there, 1:06. So 3-second lead at the turn there ahead of Stella. Oh, scoreboard's just a few gremlins in there at the moment. Here in the venue, but it is Coco Croxford, Stella McCarty.
Oh, they're well clear of this. The field, Jackie,
they are
on entry time 2:18 and 2:21 respectively. Krista Wilson, the non-show in lane 3, is a 2:22. So you're 5 or 6 seconds further back from Stella. 1:43.98.
Stella has closed the gap a wee bit, and third place is the Dumfries swimmer, Georgia Dickey. She was got first place at the West District pre-snags meet here in this event. Georgia has been swimming well over here in the West, and over the last year or so as a name coming to the forefront.
Coming through strongly. I think that will get her potential of getting into a final this evening, Jack.
Certainly looks like it. She's got to just keep this going, Robert, hasn't she?
Yeah.
There we go, Coco Croxford. That was her race right from the very beginning. Just about a 4-second lead. There, Stella McCarty coming in behind her.
Madison Cool finishing very strongly, 2:33.05. Another 15-year-old with hopefully a lot of promise ahead of her. But even there, 2:20, 2:24, then a big drop to 2:33 and 34 respectively. Evie Mackey in 5th. So we'll move on to the penultimate heat. 0, Eva Gordon, Stirling Swimming. 1, Alicia Goodbrand, Nathan. 2, Alice Ward from Borough Stockton. 3, Susie McNair, Stirling Swimming. 4, Ciara Schlossen, Edinburgh University. 5, Katie Shanahan, Stirling University. 6, Heidi Wren, City Glasgow. 7, Gabriella Leasing, Ren 96. 8, Andrea Cox, Dundee City Aquatics. And 9, Sarah Ennis from Carnegie. Interesting, Katie Shannon having a go at what I would say is the weakest of her 4 strokes, her butterfly. Even then, a 2:19.99 is a pretty decent time. So, in fact, looks like we don't have Katie Shannon swimming this one, Jackie. It's Ciara Slauson in lane 4. Already well clear of the rest of the field.
Yes, she is, isn't she? Yeah, the 22-year-old from Edinburgh University. 29.60 there at the turn. Looking very strong, Heidi Wren. I saw her sister in action just a short while ago. Heidi Wren from City of Glasgow in second.
This is really just a training session for Ciara.
Certainly looks like it. Certainly looks like it.
It's all about the rest of the girls trying to get second, third and fourth maybe.
Susie McNair's coming through there. Alice Ward. As the girls come into the halfway mark. It is Ciara Slauson. 102.83. She's got an 8-second lead from the second place. It's pretty clear from what we can see in the pool. As Robert says, it's all about second place here. Susie McNair swimming well. Heidi Wren. Alice Ward.
Yeah. There's about a couple of seconds cover second through to 8th, Jackie, at halfway, so anyone could pull through in the latter stages. At the moment, Heidi Wren still going well in lane 6.
It's Ciara's turn. She's heading for home. She's, as you said, a bit of a training session for her this morning. But it's so difficult to swim out there on your own. She'll be looking for a place in and a good place in the finals for this evening. But and she's having to do this herself, whereas it's all about what's happening behind her, really. Susie McNair, Heidi Wren, I think possibly sort of on second at the moment.
Surprisingly, she's actually improved on her entry time, 2:11.27, 2:11.12.
She has.
Susie McNair looks as though she's set up for second, with Alice Ward in third. Well, that 400s might be vital. Heidi Wren and Gabriella Leasing. That might actually get them into a final on a 2:30. I think they're sitting around 7th. Gabriella Leasing, that time 2:30. It's the 7th fastest time.
We've got one more heat and then we'll get the provisional finals lists and we can see what's occurring there. Hopefully the girls do find themselves in the finals and back this evening as we move on to heat 5.
Well, this one is really cut up, which is very, very disappointing, Jackie.
It is indeed. We
have lane 0 to 4, 5, 6 and 7, no shows.
So lane 0, Lauren Anderson, West Lothian. Lane 1, Catherine Bodie, Geary. 2, Evie O'Halloran, Hutchinson, Derwentshire. 3, Zara Keegan, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Kiana McInnes, Stirling University. And as Robert's just said, lane 5, 6 and 7 are all empty, no swimmers. Lane 8, Megan Donovan, City of Peterborough. And lane 9, Isabel Fox from Derwentshire. So
again, this should be a training session for Kiana McInnes. 2:08. And that next fastest swimmer in the pool is best part of 13 seconds behind, and that's Zara Keegan in lane 3. At the moment, Kiana McInnes.
Very much as we saw in the previous heat with Ciara Slauson. Kiana leading the field. It will be a training session for her, and it is going to be all about what the girls behind her can do, because they're also looking for places in finals, aren't they? And so they'll need to keep her in their sights and react accordingly. But it's lane 3, Zara Keegan in second and Catherine Bodie in third at the halfway mark for the girls, but not a lot between lanes 3, possibly 9. Maybe lane 1 there, but I think she's just fallen back just a little bit down. So as Kiana continues to dominate this field.
We'll see if Isabel Fox in the outside lane, Jackie, can maybe get herself into a final. She's there or thereabouts at halfway. Derwent side swimmer. She's a 2:30.26 at the district championships down in England recently. But she's sitting in 5th at the moment. Kiana McInnes well clear. And it's not really too much about the time. It's just make sure you have the swim, relax, and get into the final, which she's done pretty easily. 2:13.88.
Zara's going to come in second here, isn't she, Robert?
Yeah.
Saw her at the Glasgow International, finished 6th in this event as she finishes.
So she'll be in the final in a 2:26.
And then alongside her,
As will Eva O'Halloran, and she'll be the, if my maths is right, she will be the 10th swimmer. Catherine Bodie might be first going into the B final, along with Isabel Fox. She'll be in a B final as well.
so there's the heat results confirmed. We'll just wait for the screen to give us the provisional finalists, I beg your pardon, for this evening's session 3.
There we have
There
it.
we go.
My maths was thankfully good.
There
on
we
that
are,
one.
Robert. Not so bad. Retirement hasn't befuddled you.
Yeah.
So you got the maths right there. And
Two Carnegie swimmers just scraping 8th and 9th and 10th in that one. Into the B final.
so
That's the last lot of swimmers now on the screen.
it is, just for the results there as we move on to the final individual event of this morning's programme. And this is the men's 200 metre butterfly, isn't it?
Well, we seem to have had a problem this last year or so with swimmers not wanting to do 200 butterfly to the same extent as the other events. COVID has had a big impact on that. We don't have so many swimmers doing that. Hopefully that will change over the next year or two. We'll get more of them competing at this event.
So this is Heat 1, Lane 1, Jed Armitage, Highland. 2, Tom Jeffords, Ren 96. 3, Fraser McLaughlin, Elgin. 4, Thomas Traynor, South Lanark Swimming. 5, Max Pelosi, City of Glasgow. 6, Torin Leversage from South Aberdeen Swimming. 7, Calder Murphy, Carnegie. And 8, Ewan Watson from Renfrew Baths. And it's in Ewan Watson, I think, who's got an early lead here as we go into the first turn. Certainly had a good start there. We can see, no, he's in second there. It's Mac Pelosi, the City of Glasgow swimmer, who turned first. There's the Max also has a brother swimming. I think Guy Pelosi is still swimming, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So it's good to see siblings continuing in the world of swimming, as Robert's referred to a number of COVID possibly didn't take such a big number of swimmers out as we possibly thought, but some of these events have suffered, this being one of them. Thomas Traynor, the South Lanarkshire swimmers, taken the lead now. Tom Jeffords from Ren 96 in second, and Calder Murphy in third. They're at the turn.
Yeah, one of our master swimmers who does a bit of coaching will be interested in watching her son competing in this one. I'll say no more, but Max Pelosi is going very well. 142, 143.58. Thomas Traynor, Max Pelosi are well clear of Calder Murphy, who's just gone into third place, just ahead of over in lane 2, Tom Jeffers, Ren 96. That now looks at potential. The 1-2 is pretty safe. Third still looks as though Calder Murphy's finishing strongly to hold third, but Thomas Traynor, Max Pelosi, 2 solid swims from the boys. Thomas Traynor, nice swim from him, 2:21.94. Max Pelosi takes second in 2. I'll wait for that time. It's not appeared on the board. A bit of a delay there in the times. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on the time for Calder Murphy again. 2:25.19, and just waiting on There we have it, 2:26.74. So again, good improvement for Kohler as well. Disqualification.
Disqualification, yeah.
In lane 8 for a technical infraction. Too many of them, Jackie. So on to heat number 2. In lane 0, Nikolai Sisnet, City Glasgow. 1, James Kilpatrick, Carnegie. 2, Cian Lee, City Peterborough. 3, Luke Gowan, Billingham. 4, Lucas Johnson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 5, Ross Anderton, East Lothian Swim Team. 6, Archie MacArthur, Inverclyde. 7, Benjamin Beale, Derwentside. 8, Rory Webster, Dumfries. And 9, Logan Scally, University of Aberdeen Performance. Strong start from Cian Lee, 15-year-old in lane 2. Also in lane 5, Ross Anderton from the East Lothian Swim Team. So it's that black cap of East Lothian with Archie MacArthur from Inverclyde in lane 6 coming through to challenge. Well, we've not much between the two.
Archie's swimming well there. 14 years of age, one of our younger swimmers in this heat, second heat of this event. And there's still the black cap of the East Lothian swimmer, Ross Anderson in lane 5. We need to keep an eye on Cian Lee. He's really swimming strongly here, and I think he has the advantage now as we come into the halfway mark. Oh, also swimming well closer to me, Benjamin Beale from Derwentside. So it's Cian Lee, Benjamin Beale, Ross Anderton at the halfway mark.
Well, Cian Lee entry time of 2:21.40, but he did a 2:16.63 at the Portsmouth North Sea meet recently. So let's see if he can replicate that. Still going well. And coming through very strongly in lane number 7. Benjamin Beale, 1:41.55. Archie MacArthur still there. Cian Lee. Can James Kilpatrick get something in the end, maybe to get into the minor places? He's still going pretty well. The Carnegie boy in lane 1, he's travelling very nicely at the death, but still Benjamin Beale with the advantage. Cian Lee in second, Archie MacArthur. It's all very tight for second place, but no doubt who's going to win this. Benjamin Beale from Cian Lee, and it looks like Archie MacArthur will get third.
And indeed he does, Robert. That was pretty close there at the end for third place. James Kilpatrick had a very good last 50 metres there, but just not enough just to get himself into the placings there.
Nikolai Sisnet also just improved on, those two boys improved on entry times, 4th and 5th. Archie MacArthur virtual on his entry time. Cian Lee inside his entry time, but a bit slower in that swim at the Portsmouth meet.
So
heat number 3.
Heat 3 then, as Robert says. Lane 0, Kyle Mitchell from Geary. Lane 1, James Bartley, Stirling University. 2, Fraser Tetlow from Geary. 3, Scott Fleming, South Lanarkshire Swimming. 4, Brogan McAvini from National Centre Limerick. 5, Callum Rose, Edinburgh University. 6, Peter Allen, Stirling University. 7, Rory Young, City of Glasgow. 8, Sida Gullen from Warrender Baths. And 9, Finlay Nelson from Dumfries. And it's the centre of the pool. This will be a heated, seeded heat, I beg your pardon.
Get
the initials round the right way there. And it's Callum Rose, Scott Fleming and Brogan McAvini, all there in the centre of the pool. Lane leading at the 50-metre mark.
This is where we should really get the arrow formation. It's near enough an arrow formation at this early stage.
Pretty much, yeah. Lane 5, Callum Rose leading that arrow formation. Brogan McAvini in second, and the South Lanarkshire swimmer Scott Fleming in third. The halfway mark there. Those three boys 1, 2 and 3, but we need to keep an eye on lane 6, Peter Allen from Stirling University. He's got up alongside Scott Fleming now. So the Scott, the 17-year-old from South Lanark Swimming, can keep Peter Allen at bay to retain his 3rd place, or can he make inroads on the leaders, Callum Rose and Brogan McAviney?
3rd place at Glasgow International, Callum Rose has been swimming pretty well this last year or so, and 1:32.67.
Swimming very well here, isn't he, Robert?
Yeah.
He's moving away from the other boys. I think Scott Fleming's beginning to move
he's
himself up
making a
into
move.
2nd there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Swimming really strongly coming down this closing meters of this race. And he has, I think that 2nd place is definitely going to go to Scott with Callum Rose.
Yeah. Having a very strong swim, Callum, ex-Wonder swimmer now at Edinburgh University, and I think you'll be pretty pleased with that solid swim, 2:06.88. Scott Fleming, 2:09.53, and Brogan McAviney, 2:11.17. I'm sure those 3 will be in this evening's final with those times. And we move on to the penultimate heat. 0, we have Rufus Bennett, City Peterborough. 1, Adam Strickland from Derwentside. 2, Matthew McMillan from Incas. 3 is Ronan Kilcoyne from the National Centre at Limerick. In 4, Igor Suvalov, Edinburgh University. Teammate Benjamin Chewin is in 5. 6 is Jay Manners, Derwentside. 7, James Burnett, Warner-Bass Club. 8, Cameron Creaney, Stirling University. And 9, Oscar Chirnside from Geary. A couple of 15 years in outside lane. Rufus Bennett, City Peterborough, and Oscar Chirnside from Geary. At 2:01.30, Igor Suvalov is the fastest on entry times here. Winner in the at the B final at the Glasgow International was Igor, and he's just shades it at the moment. Pretty steady start from the whole field. So after the first 50, 28.89. Well, I don't think that was lane 3, Jackie.
No, I don't think it was either. I'm not sure that board is correct.
Yeah.
I think we'll get that updated shortly. I think it definitely was lane 4.
Certainly Ronan in 3 is going pretty well. Matthew McMillan in 2. And Benjamin Chewin in 5.
It is,
all prominent. 1:01.47.
there we go. Board's up. Board's sorted itself out now. Ivor is in 1st. Roland 2nd at the halfway mark, and Matthew McMillan in 3rd there. But Iger's certainly not having this to himself. He's now been caught by Benjamin Chewin. And in fact, Benjamin, I think, now moved himself up to 1st place as the men come into the final turn of their race this morning. It is Benjamin Chewin 1st, Ronan Kilcoyne 2nd, and Jay Manners in 3rd. Iger's just dropped off the pace a wee bit, but see what he can do in the final 50 metres.
He certainly has dropped off a bit, Jackie.
He has, yeah. I think he's at best he's going to get 3rd place here, but Benjamin just has the lead here, but he's being challenged by Ronan. What can Ronan do? I think Benjamin's going to hold this. Benjamin 1st, Ronan 2nd, and Jay Manners in 3rd. Look at the screen, there we go. I got that right, Robert.
Yeah, Matthew McMillan on a 2:13.15 might be just scraping into final. But Ivor really dropped back quite substantially in that one, Jackie.
He did, yes. Had a pretty good first half of the race there, didn't he? And then began to fall away from the pace.
Fortunately, disqualification in lane 7 for a technical infraction, Jackie.
Right, thank you for that, Robert. And we move on to the final heat, final individual swim. from this morning before we move on to the excitement of the relays. So in lane 0, Murray Dixon from Stirling Swimming. 1, Finley Club, Aberdeen Dolphins. 2, Kieran Lennox, University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming. 3, Tom Robertson, Aberdeen Dolphins. 4, Tom Bealey, University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming. And his teammate Tom Robertson goes in lane 5. Lane 6, Albert Mangum from Stirling University. 7, Joshua Robinson from Derwentside. 8, Callum Sinclair, West Lothian. And 9, James Boddy from Geary. So it is lane 4, Tom Bealey, the University of Aberdeen Performance swimmer, takes an early lead. He's leading a bit of an hour ahead, but it's not too neat when you throw in lanes 8 and 9. You are maybe bucking the trend of a complete hour ahead in the pool, starting from the centre. But
after a very strong start already, well clear. Looks like it's all over and done with for this heat for Tom. Tom Robertson going pretty well in second place. But Tom Bealey, the only swimmer sub 2 minutes.
Yeah, so we would expect to see him where he is, wouldn't we, Robert, right from the beginning. Tom Robertson and Kieran Lennox coming in second and third there at the halfway mark. But Tom's looking very strong out there in the lead. And it is all about the placings behind him, I think. All these swimmers will be looking for places and good places in the final this evening, so we want to stay in touch with Tom since he's setting the pace here. As Tom turns and final turn there. The board isn't updating itself. Oh, there we go, it has now. 1:32.07 for Tom Bealey. Tom Robertson in behind him. And Kieran Lennox in third. Possibly looks like it's going to be certainly first and second. I think will be there. Sorry, Robert. What were you going to say?
Yes, very much. The other swimmers have really got to keep it going if they want to make this A final. Something like 2:13 or better will be good enough, I'm sure. To 4:53. Robertson's certainly there. Well, this is there's a whole raft of them. Callum Sinclair might sneak in on a 2:13.11.
Well, as the results confirmed for that final heat, and we await the provisional finals lists for this event this evening. Here we go.
Not quite. 2:13.11 is not good enough. 2:13.01. Kieran Lennox gets in.
Yeah, so there you go. Callum's into the B final.
Yeah, we won't worry about a joint 11th.
No. So some good swimming there from our swimmers from their individual swims this morning. And as I said a moment ago, we're now going to move on to the relays. There are 3 relays, 3 mixed 4x100 IM relays, but the fastest heat will be swam in the final session this evening. So we have 7 teams taking part in Heat 1. Billingham, Inverclyde, Glenrothes, Geary. Well, hang on a second, let me start that again. Billingham A, Inverclyde B, Glenrothes A, Geary B, Inverclyde A, Ren 96 B and Cooper B will be your start here. Run lanes 1 through to 7. And kicking off for Billingham will be Georgia Clough. Inverclyde is Blake Herdman. Glenrothes is Katie Lowe. Geary is Tessa Boyd. Inverclyde A is Ailey Melrose, I beg your pardon. Ren 96B is Ansh Tawani. And Cooper B is Anna Black.
So back stroke kicks us off.
This is the mixed relay, isn't it?
It's
Robert?
a mix, so it's you can sometimes have the 2 boys going out or the 2 girls going out. It's all about sometimes tactics. And,
Yes, it can be difficult to tell just what's going to occur here, because each team will look at the strength of their individual swimmers and decide whether it's male or female kicking off, and then the running order thereafter. And starting looking at our start sheets, we've got very different running orders of swimmers. So it is at this early stage. It's the Ren 96 B team. Ansh Tawani, and he will come in, and his teammate Fraser Walker will take over from him. So in behind this Ren 96 team, go over to lane 3, the Glenrothes A team.
So
Kieran Chapman will go in.
on to breaststroke now.
So Ren 96. Glenrothes team, Glen A, Kieran Chapman. The Inverclyde B team, Honor McCarty is now swimming for them. And Michael Isafi for the Billingham A team.
You'd fancy Cooper, you'd fancy the Ren team to be clear at halfway, Jackie, since they've front-loaded the 2 guys.
Yes, they've got two females coming up after this. Cara White and Cara Gumbrell will swim for them after this leg. But the Ren 96 haven't got it all their own way. Fraser is certainly being challenged by Michael Isafi and Kieran Chapman. As I say, it's very difficult. We don't know what the tactics are, do we?
Yeah.
It's the strengths of the swimmers that come after these, whether they be male or female. So it's the Billingham A team there in first place as Leonie Young takes over from Michael. We're in 96, we see Cara White. Lane 6, Cara White, the Ren 96 B team. And then I think it's lane 3, Robert, the Glenrothes team, Aileen McNichol.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well in 3rd place. But you kind of fancy Billingham have got this one.
Does kind of look like it at this stage, doesn't it? But there's still some teams still to field their male swimmers in the final leg. So it's all about where these swimmers can bring their team in, and then the strengths of the final swimmer. But Billingham look pretty strong over there on the other side of the pool, don't they? It's they've got a pretty substantial gap.
Geary might have a wee chance for one of the minor places, but I think this is all done and dusted now. Billingham well clear.
Yeah, Luke Gohan goes in for Billingham A. Looks pretty comfortable with his stroke over there in lane 1. Ren 96, Gara Gumbrell in second at the moment, but she's going to be challenged for that by Geary Team B, Isla Reid in there.
Can Glenrothes sneak their way into 2nd place? They've gone 5th, they're now 4th.
Doing well, yes. But Billingham,
Billingham
this
well
is
clear.
Billingham's well clear of the rest of the field. Coming into the final 20 metres of their relay race this morning.
The race is on for 2nd place here. Glenrothes
is
still pulling on Ren, but Billingham have had a cracking swim. Billingham take that.
Ren 96 are just holding on here, but Glenrothes is certainly trying.
Well,
so whether or not Cara can... what did you say Glenrothes were?
Yeah, Glenrothes have now come through into the 3rd place.
Very well done, Glenrothes. What, they were 5th at one stage,
5th
were
at
they?
one stage, yeah. So Billingham well done, 4:30.95. 5:19.50 was the time they entered on, which was well, almost 50 seconds faster, Jackie.
Yes.
So maybe the coaches got their mask a wee bit out, but well clear.
Well clear indeed, yes. Those swimmers will be well pleased with that final race for themselves this morning. So we're moving on to Heat 2, and this will see Ren 96A, Cooper A, South Ayrshire
Junior team.
Junior team. Yeah, sorry, thank you, Robert. Elgin A, Aberdeen Dolphins B, University of Aberdeen Performance Swimming B, Dumfries A, Geary A, Shetland A, and First A. Yeah. We're going to be slightly challenged here because we don't have the teams for lanes 4 and lanes 8.
I presume, Jackie, we have prizes for juniors in this as well. There's the fastest heat. We have an Aberdeen Dolphins A team who are actually all juniors. So
right.
They've got an entry time of 4:14. South Ayrshire 4:25 is their junior team entry time. We also have Dumfries A team are all juniors. So it does sort of confuse us a little bit.
Well, all become clear later on to us, hopefully, Robert. Maybe we'll just focus on what's just about to happen here as our technical officials get themselves organised to
the Aberdeen
start
Performance B team are all juniors as well, Jackie.
Yes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this evening then.
Yeah.
With prizes and stuff, because there's a slight delay getting started here, but maybe the rundown of the teams, but as I said, I don't have at the moment the start sheets for Aberdeen Dolphin B or Shetland A. If they appear, I'll we'll report on them. But Ren 96A, Magnus Morris will start. Cooper A, Richard Laws. South Ayrshire, Benji Jeffries. Elgin, Lucas Brown. Lane 5, University of Aberdeen Performance will be Logan Jackson. Lane 6 will be Luke Scott. Geary is Kyle Mitchell. Don't know lane 8, I'm afraid. And lane 9 is Caitlin Frame for first.
I can't actually give you the Aberdeen Dolphins. Madison Christophers goes for them, and Shetland have Robbie Thompson.
Oh, thank you, Robert. Thank you. All right, maybe we keep up to date with that as we go through. So let's go back to the pool, and it's lane 4. The Aberdeen Dolphins B team leading the way there. Elgin in behind them, with Geary in third. Beg your pardon there. So Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer looking very strong here. Who did you say the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer was?
It's Madison Christophorus.
Madison Christophorus. Swimming really well there. And he'll pass over to...
Well, it should have been Madison.
No, I don't think that's right.
That certainly is not...
That's not Madison. So it should... According to the information we have, it's Finlay Wallace who's in the water. I apologise if we've not got this correct, but you appreciate we can only go on the information in front of us.
I suspect it was probably Tom Robinson, and I would think Madison Christophers will do a butterfly because she's a pretty useful butterfly.
Right, okay. Well, hopefully that will resolve that then for us, Robert. But it is the Aberdeen Dolphins team that continues to dominate here after the...
Fraser Tetlow with Geary, I think, in second, Jackie.
Yep, looks like it. And third is Dumfries. Rory Webster. We've seen Rory in the pool earlier this morning.
Now we're half expecting Madison Christophorus to enter in third position.
Certainly, they've got a female swimmer up on the block.
They certainly have.
So,
two girls will finish them off.
And Geary are going to come in second. Geary will pass over to Ellen Denny with Georgia Dickey from Dumfries. Also now in the water for the butterfly. Well, as we've said earlier, the mixed relay teams, it's difficult for us to tell just what the end result's going to be unless we see a team with substantial lead, as we saw in the earlier heat from Billingham, because it's just about what the strength of the different swimmers are in the water. But the University of Aberdeen swimmer, Madison Christophorus, is holding on to that lead that the team built up in the first and second legs of this relay.
South Ayrshire now coming into second, Jackie.
They are, aren't South Ayrshire swimming really well. That's Lewis Gibson.
But this is all done and dusted for the Dolphins. They've got this wrapped up.
It looks like it. And we're assuming that's Maya Renard, who's just gone into the water for the Aberdeen Dolphins.
6 second advantage, and
South Ayrshire, we see Sophie Steele, Dumfries, Molly Irvin Watson, and Geary is Catherine Boddy. So certainly the second and third places, they're all to play for here. Yeah. But there's no doubt who's going to take this. University of Aberdeen Dolphins. I beg your pardon, start that again. Aberdeen Dolphins.
It's all about second place, and the potential junior winner of this heat still with South Ayrshire.
It is at the moment, but we need to keep an eye on Dumfries, Robert. Coming up in the middle of them is the University of Aberdeen performance.
I think Dumfries might just snatch second here.
Oh, no, South Ayrshire. I think
South
we're going to get
just
second.
hanging on, or are they?
With the University of Aberdeen.
Aberdeen performance just touched out. Yeah, that was very tight. Less than just fraction over half a second between second, third, and fourth. Well done to Aberdeen Dolphins, though. 4:23.40. South Ayrshire 4:29.78. Take second place. That was Maya Renard bringing Dolphins home, Jackie. Sophie Steele finishes the job for South Ayrshire, so they'll at the moment are the leading junior team. So that concludes session 1, Jackie. We still have another swim off to follow. Jack Doherty Simpson, yes. And Eddie Irwin. That's the heats completed, just a swim off to finish.
So our technical officials will just get themselves sorted for that. The two boys are just coming on to pool side to get themselves organised for this swim off. As Robert said, it's Jack Doherty Simpson from Scotia, is he?
Scotia, yeah.
Yep, yeah. And Neddy Irwin from, that's NCL, Robert.
Limerick.
Ah, yes, National Centre Limerick, beg your pardon. So here we go, just about to get started. Distinctive green cap for Scotia is Jack Doherty Simpson. So Jack Doherty Simpson, I think, just has the advantage here at the halfway mark. Pretty tight between the two boys, though. So whether Jack can just hold off Neddy. Come into the closing stages, it is all going to come down to the touch, and I think it is going to be Jack. He takes that there. Times, there we go, 28.77 and 29.28 for the two boys. And I think that does indeed conclude the morning session here at Tollcross International Swimming Pool. Right. We will be back for the afternoon session, session 2. And I think that starts, I think I said earlier, at 12. No, I beg your pardon. At 1:15. We'll be back on live stream at 1:10. So until then, thank you very much for watching the racing this morning, and it's goodbye from myself, Jackie Smith, and from my colleague here, Robert Taylor. And I think, in fact, however, we will both be back this afternoon, I think, Robert, aren't we?
Well,
after we've been fed
yeah.
and watered.
Well, hopefully.
So,
Okay,
hopefully.
hopefully see you later.